Has anybody else noticed that at the moment, bib-style necklaces, oh, huge reaction that you can get to that you know, open neckline like this, little simple V-neck that I've got to my top, and all you need is that bib-style tribal. Oh yeah, that's the kind of look you want to go for, Maggie, isn't it?
That's gorgeous. That works really, really well. Yeah.
And I think the shape is what's really, it's almost like the hard work's been done for you. I have to think when you've got something different about the shape of the gemstone, then you've already got 2 or 3 steps along the journey of your jewellery being made.
Well, that's amazing, because all you need to do is put some beads in between, you know, some sort of spacer type beads.
And of course, some of the pieces that you've got in your first project would be great to interweave alongside. You know, if you wanted to just go for very simple black rounds, just intersperse between each one of these would be a fantastic way to add an extra dynamic to the shape of the design, but without having to be too elaborate with your craftsmanship. Because the thing is there's a lot of people who'll be watching our Designer Inspired who are literally just starting their journey right now, Maggie, aren't they?
Well, yes, and so they're learning a lot, hopefully, on those sessions, because there's so many techniques being shown and so many ideas being shown as well.
Yeah, Designer Inspired doesn't necessitate that you have to be a fully fledged jewellery maker. In fact, in some ways, the exact opposite, because you do get step-by-step instruction with your good self. And so, really, this is the time, for those of you who are watching for the first time, this is the time to really sit back and go, okay, let me learn. Let me really reap the rewards of where Jewellery Maker is within my journey. And we want to be at the very beginning. We want to be part of your journey from the very beginning. We offer you free tutorial booklet and DVD with your first purchase. We have the fantastic support on our website where we give you free tutorials from the very basics through to much more intense techniques. And we do it all because we want to be part of your journey. We want to be your one-stop shop. There's no point in pretending we're not a business, but we also want to be part of your journey. And the reason that we have so many people on things like our Facebook site is because we want to be part of a family of jewellery makers. And I think that's the intention of shows like this, is to give the ingredients but also to give the instruction so people really do have an enjoyable journey. It's not, because for somebody like myself, I'm really not a natural crafter. I'm not a natural creative. I don't have that instinct. And so for somebody like myself who actually has now worked on the channel for like 2.5, 3 years, it's taken me that length of time to get the confidence to start making something for myself at home. But this is what it's nice about, is these shows and these kind of products and things are going, actually, you could really get started with very simple designs.
Yes, because you don't need to follow everything that's on a piece either.
No.
You could do just a little piece of it. You could just do 1 or 2 techniques. Absolutely, yeah.
And so really, if you want to get started, this is an absolutely perfect way to show you. Restrand, add a few gemstones in between, weave them in, add a clasp, and by goodness, you're going to have a show-stopping piece of jewellery because the hard work's been done for you because of the shape. It's a very, very popular strand, this one. I think a lot of people see the potential in it. So if you want to join us, it's a limited available offer. It's under £10, we know that much. Jewellery Maker is cost-effective. That's the fact. And we're showing you just how cost-effective on this deal. How about this pink rhodolite? You've got your trapezoids for just less than a tenner, $9.95. Now then, I had the idea of using these in one neckline piece, one bib-style, wow factor, you know, jazz hand look. But actually, because of the shape of these, think of a pendant. Think how far you want your jewellery to go. If you're making jewellery for things like your own business, you want to make money out of the strands. A lot of people do, maybe earrings. You know, if you wanted to go for something that perhaps made the gemstones go further, by goodness me, these will go far, won't they? Dramatic qualities, beautiful shades of colour, and all yours. I love the shape because the shape is what makes your jewellery go further. £9.95, an opportunity to either get one show-stopping piece of jewellery, bib-style, drama, or alternatively make the most of the shape and add it as single solitaire pieces, perhaps likes of pendants and earring drops. £9.95 is all you're paying, and we're moving straight onwards and upwards to our next deal. And our next deal is, where should we go to? Oh, let's go here. Ha ha ha. Oh, see, I feel like I'm going to sound like some kind of cracked record, and so do forgive me, but I'm going to have to say exactly the same again. I'm going to have to. I could just press, because everything I've just said about that last strand, I need to do exactly the same with this strand. There's no point in pretending. that the qualities and the shapes and the sizes of this strand can be anything other than a restrand. And I don't want to sound like a cracked record, that's the last thing I want to be, but actually in the same sense, with this kind of formation of gems and size and graduation, there's many a case where you just want to say, why wouldn't you just want to place maybe some nice little silver spacers, something like that to intersect the colours of the gem, but why wouldn't you just go like that? Why wouldn't you just go full frontal powerhouse of colour and drama?
It is. You don't need to dress it up too much, do you? You can just. It's fabulous. Look at the size of those beads,
isn't it? Like with jewellery,
that
when
really
you're working
chunky
with this.
jewellery. Yeah. Oh, that's just great. Yeah.
Oh, the colour is there, and it's yours in style. 480 carats of your purple crackled agate graduated rice beads, 14 by 10 to 30 by 21, and yours for the taking for one price tag. How low can we go? It's a big carat weight. Oh, biggest carat weight, lowest price so far. That's not a lot of logic applied there now, is it? But actually, who needs logic when you've got great prices? You just make the most of them. £8.95, it's a go. Again, you know, it's often the case when we say £8.95, we often forget what you actually have to pay for just things like, you know, your everyday things like picking up a magazine these days. Well, that's £4 coming out. So half of that price we're asking for genuine gemstones. You could buy just a magazine that you flick through, for maybe 20 minutes. You're lucky to get 20 minutes out of a magazine these days. And then for £4, in fact, you could be buying yourself a featured strand of gemstones. If I just make a nice little simple stretchy bracelet, what about this? What about that for just a simple look? And that's the same price as you actually might buy in a magazine that lasts, 20 minutes. Don't forget, these are genuine gemstones that could last you a lifetime. And that's the difference. That's the difference. When you're making your purchase, you're really being savvy with your money. You mean you're being thoughtful. And at £8.95, when you go to your fashion shops, what do you get for £8.95? Forget about buying a magazine. What are you buying in the fashion shops for £8.95? I tell you what, you'd be lucky to get nickel-based items that probably last you a couple of weeks, because then they'll start to go that funny tarnished greeny thing. And you know, that's happened plenty of times in my lifetime. And actually, I've stepped away from that because part of me thinks if I'm spending my money, I want it to have a longevity, a wearability that strips outside of fashion. You know, if you're going to make jewellery like this, you're making jewellery that could be recycled and recycled and recycled. You make a piece of jewellery from these gemstones, you wear it, you go out on an evening, and you make a fabulous look for one outfit. You then think to yourself, actually, I'm going out next week, I don't want to buy another strand. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take that one piece of jewellery that I made, strip it back again, get the ingredients and make something totally different. That's what you're getting for £8.95. Something that's not short-term, long-term opportunity. Straight on, where should we go? Ooh, what do we fancy? Oh, nope. Okay, let's go. I'm picking up sterling silver right now. I'm picking up sterling silver right now in an under 10. Now that doesn't happen very often, I can guarantee that. And I'm not just picking up one piece of sterling silver, I'm picking up 40 pieces, and I'm still guaranteeing under £10. Have you got alarm bells ringing? You should. You should have alarm bells. You should have the biggest alarm bells. I mean, genuinely, you need to make sure that when I say the words 40 pieces of sterling silver, under £10. Ready? Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Look at this sterling silver. These are the space beads. Oh, what now? What did I say? Hang on. What did I say about that strand? All I said was you need to just intercede with a spacer bead. It's like we were doing thinking there. Yeah, I wouldn't want to pretend that we were thinking there. That just wasn't the case. But all I'm thinking is that if you just used each one of those spacer beads in each one of those graduated gemstones, just breaking it up, just one. You don't need many when it's sterling silver to make the impact. And you could do that with each one of those, and you've got yourself a cracking piece of jewellery for less than £20. and it's sterling silver, so you're adding that kudos, you're adding that desirability, you're adding that sense of prestige to your jewelry. You say the word sterling silver, then the facts are is you are definitely adding that luxury edge to your jewelry. It's a precious metal, and that's a fact. It's 925 sterling silver that we're offering you here, which means you're getting 92.5% pure silver content, with 7.5% being your copper content to add the durability to this gem. It's non-corrosive, which means that you really have got that lifespan to the jewelry that you're making, and we are guaranteeing less than £20. Now, if you went to a silversmith and they made you a bracelet that was just literally, and I'm just going to put these in a little row, and all it was a silver bracelet, and don't forget this is sterling silver, and all that they did was they stacked these side by side into a 7-inch bracelet. What price tag do you reckon they'd charge for it? Just all of these spacer beads, no gemstones, just one bracelet, one full length bracelet. It's going to make more than 7-inch actually. We've got a ruler look close by. I don't know whether we have. If I just keep on stacking these. Now watch this. Okay, that's definitely more than 7 inches. Oh, we've got one. There we go. So if we just stack them, oh my goodness me, that has got to be the dodgiest. Please do not film this because it's the dodgiest ruler. Do not film this. It's an ugly ruler. If there's such a thing as an ugly ruler. I didn't think I was going to say that these days, but I have just said, you so ugly ruler. Okay, 8-inch. There you've got it. 8-inch sterling silver bracelet, and all it would be was just literally step by step beading on to these. What would a silversmith charge you for one of those bracelets? What would they charge you? Because I can promise you my expectation on a price tag for a bracelet that was fully sterling silver like this would be probably 20, 30 plus pounds in a jeweller's shop, easily. And in fact, you can do it yourself with the real deal, sterling silver, for just £8.95. Handing over something for... What's just happened there? What's just... Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Whoa! Stop, stop, stop! Oh! The computer has just gone crazy. Literally, the computer. It's official. The computer has just taken this to $5.95. I promise you, Pip, who is in the gallery right now producing, is having some kind of little giddy fit. That is not his doing. He would like to reiterate to all bosses who are watching right now, he has not done this on purpose. The computer has overridden, and it should have been $8.95. The computer then took us, did you see, it went like that, in seconds to $7.95, and then for whatever reason, computer hasn't stopped at 7 and it's gone to $5.95. If you don't buy it now, I doubt very much you're going to get a deal like that. The phone lines have just gone like that. Oh yes, maybe you should make more mistakes like that. Pip says, can you just reiterate, it wasn't a mistake. The computer genuinely has just made that decision, and it is now or never. It's now or never. $5.95. 40 pieces of sterling silver. Be mine tonight. Oh yes, £5.95 is all you pay. It is busy, 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 and rightly so. Computer makes the decision. Computer says $5.95. That was nothing to do with the... How much would a bracelet cost you? Remember, that's an 8-inch bracelet you could make yourself. Sterling silver bracelet. And I don't think it's $5.95 now, do you? That'd be a great gift for somebody. You know, somebody who's like, younger generations, looking for a really simple stack. There is a place that likes to link their jewellery in London. I don't know whether you've heard of it. Do you know that London company? They like to link their jewellery.
Yes, I think I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Somebody of London, yeah.
Have you heard? Yeah.
I'm not sure of the first word though.
No, but they really like to link their jewellery, and they're based in London. And Actually, the interesting thing is that if you went on a place like that, their kind of website, and you saw a sterling silver bracelet that was that type of length and that type of design, I don't think you're going to be handing over £5.95. Something tells me that's not going to be the case. £5.95. Now, In my ear, I've got Pip going, and you can move on from that price now, Vicky. You can move on. No, seriously, Vicky, move on. The computer's done that. Okay, congratulations if you got that one. You got yourself an absolute steal of a deal there. It probably is, yeah. No, it's not going to happen again. Okay. Buy it now because you're probably not going to see that deal again. Amazing opportunity. $5.95. Straight on, where should we go to? What shall we do? Ooh, yeah. Ooh. We're going not just pink, we are going neon pink right now. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Come on, boys. Give me a bit of a shake. I need a little bit of a body shake. Yeah, come on, Ben. That's not enough of a shake.
Restricted movement.
Restricted movement. I'll have none of it. I need a bit of hot, hot, hot shaking. Ready? Go. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Do, 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 do. Shaking maracas, boys. Hot, hot, hot. Do, 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 do. We are feeling hot, hot, hot with these colours. And I tell you what, you don't get any hotter than neon pink. Ooh! Now, I'm not sure whether people who've just picked up the phone are actually interested in buying Ben shaking or whether they're interested in buying this strand. I'm not sure. Ben, you might have 3 bidders.
Wow.
For under a tenner, you're a bargain. You got here 95 carats of hot pink coated quartz faceted rounds. They're 7.5mm, and it's an 18cm strand. And you know, when you think about some of the gorgeous strands that we're going to offer you shortly with this fantastic design that Maggie's created, instead of going for subtlety within the design as she has with the beautiful shades, the purples as a backdrop, excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. We have got for you, we've got this fantastic design that Maggie is achieving, and as you can see, she's used the much more purples, the darker, richer colours. I'm suggesting that instead of going for the darker colours, if you wanted to go for a real powerhouse look, add the pink. Add the pink. I mean, that's the colour that would really add that drama. So if you wanted to go for hot, hot, hot colours, you could definitely achieve this dramatic look that Maggie's going to take us step by step through, but actually with the much more dramatic neon colours of the hot pink coloured quartered quartz. Yours for the taking, one price tag, and we know it's gone less than £10. But the answer is, how low can we go? How low can we go? How low? Now, I'm a bit scared because I don't know what's going to happen with that price tag, because of course we were meant to do £8.95. I was only joking. We knew we were going to do that one. £7.95 is all you pay. £7.95. I actually genuinely think that Pip might have had some kind of coronary seizure if the price had kept on dropping down like it did with that last sterling silver offer. £7.95 for your hot pinks. And again, because of the vibrancy of the colour, you don't need a lot to make a big impact. You just need, ones and twos actually to really add that boldness to your design. $7.95. We're going to add one more in. Let's go, go, go. Where shall we go? Oh, let's go for some gorgeous obsidian. Now then, this is really adding in that quite Christmassy feel, really, isn't it? Because it feels like the snowflakes in the pitch black of night. Well, I set off first thing this morning in darkness. It was pitch black and it was snowing. So this is perfect for me. Yes, up in the northeast, we've had some lovely flurries of snow. A tree fell in my village, so I had to go around the different way to get out of my village this morning because yes, there's trees falling down, and I know there's a lot of disruption to those of you who are watching at the moment. Take care of yourself, whatever you're up to today. You watch yourselves because you're too precious to do anything other than be careful in the weather that we're experiencing at the moment. Stay with us, and we'll keep you warm. We'll keep you warm with Snowflake Obsidian, which obviously doesn't sound that warming because it's snowflake, but indeed the textures on these, they are going to really add a unique quality to the jewellery that you're creating. Each one is different. Each pattern and print of the snowflake on board is actually all to do with the formation in Mother Nature within the volcanic activity. So when there's a volcanic activity that takes place around the obsidian locations of the crystal forming, then you get this amazing texturing, and the pattern and print is totally different in every single one, which makes it really exciting when you're working with it. These are top drilled drops, and they're 14 by 10mm, 240 carats in total of this snowflake obsidian. One price tag only. How low do you think we can go? Well, we know it's less than a tenner. buy 2 and still be less than a tenner. Now that's about making your jewellery go even further. How about that for an offer? $4.95. Ooh, cheeky price in there, very, very cheeky. Less than £10, and that's less than £10 when you buy 2 strands. Less than a tenner for 2 strands, each one of $4.95 if you prefer. Yours for the taking. Add to your order as many times as you like. It's a single P&P that you're paying. £2.95 postage and packing for the whole day. Bought from us this morning with the lovely Jenny. Keep on adding to your order. Buy from us this afternoon. Keep on adding to your order. Buy from the lovely Ed this evening in his Missing Us Out show. Then you can keep on adding to your order. Lots of deals still to be had. And if you want to be inspired by our amazing designer Maggie today, then keep on watching. We've got lots and lots of treats in store for you later on as well, including some more under 10 price offers, which I know you're going to adore. So don't move a muscle. Let's be inspired now. Let's go to Maggie.
This year, Jewellery Maker will be live 9 AM to 1 PM on Christmas Day. Oh, come on, guys. You can't get out of working Christmas Day. Ed's excited. Oh, look at him. What a guy. No turkeys were harmed in the making of this video. The new year is fast approaching and we're getting ready to go out with a bang. You can get involved by voting in the annual JM Awards. Check out Facebook from Monday the 25th of November at 10 AM, where we will release a different voting category each day until December the 6th. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
Join silver clay expert Natalia Coleman and take your jewellery making to the next level with this exciting workshop. Natalia will guide you through the various steps of gemstone setting in silver clay and how you can create some beautiful pieces with the addition of some of your favourite gemstones. The full course includes 30 grams of silver art clay, 20 centimetres of fine silver bezel wire, a selection of gemstones, use of all the relevant tools, buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters and a visit to our studio store. All of this for £119.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Welcome back. It's lovely to have your company. I know our silver art clay ladies are working hard today. Although it looks like they're about to leave us. They have been very busy, I promise you. They have been. I think they're going off on their tour around for the museum and around the studios themselves. If you do want to join us, the gem setting I know is happening next week. Somebody was just telling me about it. So if you're interested in gemstone setting, then do speak to our call centre. If we have any spaces, then I'm sure you're welcome. If we don't, then of course you can book in to next year's. Next year? Oh, we're talking about next year now, aren't we? We're starting to say next year. How does that happen? Does anybody else still think that we should be on our summer holidays? I don't understand how Christmas is now happening in 3 weeks' time. 3 weeks. Ben, 3 weeks. Ludicrous. Ludicrous. Bang on. I can't spell it, but I know I agree. Right then. How do you spell ludicrous? Right then. Is it an I-O-U-S or is it just an O-U-S? Ludicrous.
L-A-W-D-E.
Yeah, we've not a clue, because that's not right. You just went loo. We don't do spelling here. We don't do maths very well either, because I tell you what, the price of this bundle will not make mathematical sense either. Did you see what I did there? I linked it all in. What a professional. We have got you a fantastic combination. Oh my giddy aunt, you're going to love us when I tell you, you are getting here a phenomenal 400 carats of garnet. January's birthstone, so perfect for anybody who's looking for birthday gifts for 2014. Oh, we now know how to spell ludicrous. We have L-U-D-I-C-R or U-S. Patricia's keeping us right there. Patricia, we think you should be part of the countdown team. You know, who needs Carol Vorden and who needs anybody, who needs, oh, what's her name, who sits in, Rachel? No, not her, she does the maths. Who's the lady who sits in the corner, dictionary corner? Dictionary lady, that's her. We shan't abbreviate her name. We have got for you a fantastic opportunity. Your designer inspiration is definitely down the vintage route. We're going for glamour, we're going for wow factor, and you've got here your garnet. I am so thrilled to see this garnet. It's the first time I've ever seen it, that's for sure. The size of these individual nuggets, well, I tell you what, you can't call them small now, can you? These are real features to any gem opportunity. Garnet, of course, a very, very complicated gemstone if you start to investigate it, because many is the time you'll get different pure forms of garnet mixing together to create different richnesses of colour. Many is the time that something of this kind of intensity will be probably a mixture of your almandine and your pyrope, so your pure forms of your garnet mixed together to get this richness. Many of our gemstones within the garnet range will have a red hue, but not many of them will with this depth, this dark drama, this intensity, and that's what's going to make your jewellery stand out, because you'll look at this and you'll see this darkness almost heading towards black, but when you get closer you'll see a seduction, a richness, a drama that is so unique to garnet like this. Fabulous strand. Nuggets, I can't call them small, although I think that that's how they've been classified by our graphics. It's not what I would classify them as. I'd say they are most definitely medium style nuggets when you start to see them in one strand like this. 400 carats in one strand. It's a hefty amount of January's birthstone to enjoy. Great for Christmas because you've got the mulled wine reds, you've got that real festive flavour to them, but then headed into January, of course, perfect as a gift for somebody special. Now we're adding in, and we're doing another birthstone, so it's quite a nice way to be able to start pre-planning for your 2014 birthday calendar, if you're so organised. And if you are, please can you come to my house and organise my life. You've got here Amethyst. Yep, use your Brazilian amethyst drop star beads. They're 200 carats plus, 200 carats of some of the most renowned gemstones around. I mean, if you said to most people, can you name me a purple gem? Well, what would they choose? This is it. This is the only gem most people would know about, wouldn't it? Amethyst, a recognisable feature stone for you to work with. We're adding in a little bit of glamour, and we're adding in that lustrous quality of your black agate. Lustre, shimmering, sparkling. Look at that. Look at how much the light's going to play. Oh, yay. Now that's why you're thinking of evening time, isn't it? When you see that kind of luster, you just want to go to, oh, you want the lights to be lowered. You want a little bit of a disco ball going on, so every so often, well, who needs a disco ball? You've got the luster, you've got that bedazzle and that shining, absolutely, oh my goodness me, shining and shimmering away. We're adding in your plain rounds as well, and all of those could be it. But not when Maggie creates her inspiration, because Maggie's gone to go for that real, you've really gone vintage glamour. You've really gone for almost Elizabeth Taylor. And she was a lady when she wore jewellery. She wore jewellery,
didn't she?
You know, she didn't just give it a gesture. Lady, if you're gonna do it properly. And she did it, didn't she? And that's what I feel like you've captured with this ingredient combination, Maggie. You've really given us that luxury glamour, and we're achieving that alongside the gemstones. You're also going to get your chain as well. It's your gold-plated chain, and this is a very important part of Maggie's design. So if you haven't got chain, and certainly this type of size chain, you need it right now. You need to get it. 10 meters, I believe, that you're getting here of your chain. 10 meters of your gold-plated chain. Altogether, one fantastic bundle, reminding you 400 carats of garnet. That's your January's birthstone. You've got a feature of amethyst, March's birthstone. You've got the luster and the impact of the evening wear black agate, and we're mixing it with your 10 meters of gold chain. All of this in one bundle for one price tag. And that price tag, I'm hoping it's going to go less than 30. $29.95 is where we take. You're not stopping there. Okay, we're not stopping at $29.95. We're squeezing and squeezing. How low can we go? £24.95. I mean, if I think I'm right in saying I think I launched this chain, it's something like £12-13, wasn't it? $12.95. There you go. So I launched this chain at $12.95. So half the price of this bundle is in the chain itself. So then we're giving you, I don't think there's many places that would do you 400 carats of garnet for what, £2.50, £3, something like that? I don't think so, certainly not to my expectations, but that's what you've got here. An incredible opportunity. Your 5 strands costing you £12.50. That's the kind of deal that you've got to make the most of. Heck, I did some really bad maths there, didn't I? 5 into £12.50. That's not a lot of money at all, is it? £24.95 for a fantastic opportunity. And let's find out how we work this kind of ingredient combination into amazing, I'm going to call it ET jewellery. Elizabeth Taylor jewellery.
Oh, I thought you meant E.T.
Not
Come
as in
home.
No, not that. I meant E.T. as in Elizabeth Taylor.
Right.
And I'm going to walk in that kind of that glamorous feel. I sashayed there.
That was lovely. That's so nicely done.
Thanks.
Are you going to be in Strictly Come Dancing, do you think?
Well, I reckon I might.
Have they asked you yet?
We have got some Strictly Come Dancing inspired offers coming up later on as well. So anybody who's feeling a bit of it, you want to get a bit of, hot foxtrotty, and I was going to say hot trotted. What kind of a cha-cha-cha is that, Vicki? So if you want to find that out, when's that going to come up, Pip? When are we doing our Strictly thing? Yeah, about 2:30ish, something like that. Perfect. So keep watching. We're going to be inspired by the wonderful ballroom, and hopefully you'll get something that will polka you and excite you. Straight on.
Right. So the necklace is made up of a number of different types of techniques, a number of different ways of using the components. Yeah. So the main part of it, I think, is the focal pendant part.
Beautiful.
And that's actually made up from 2 different. In your pack, you'll get 3. There's 3 of those.
Yes, we are going to do that as an offer shortly. Yeah.
And that's using 2. Yeah. So I've used 2 together just to give it a bit more kind of visual weight, to make it look a little bit more chunky. Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's in the middle, and then there's various things going on with the beads round about.
And the interesting thing is that the nicest part about it is that you've really layered the different colours from the purples to the reds to the blacks, and you've really given that almost depth to the design, not just based on the drop of it, but the colour complexities that you've created.
And of course, because you've got the faceted both in the drops and the circles, the puffy coins, I think that really adds an extra dimension to it as well.
Yeah, really glamorous. Just to let you know that if anybody is interested in texting us in today, asking Maggie any questions, maybe you're just getting started, or perhaps you've got a technique that you're struggling to apply to your jewellery making, and you think Maggie might be the lady to answer your conundrum. Back to countdown. Well, you can text in today. 60777 is where you text into. Make sure you start your text with JM Studio. Give us your name so we know who's texted in, and then give us your question, and we'll certainly do our best before the end of the show. That's from 5 o'clock. We will do our very, very best to answer all of your queries via Maggie. When I say we, Maggie will, because I ain't got a clue. Right, Maggie, let's go.
Right, okay. So there's 3 sort of separate kind of things happening with the way that the chain is, the way the necklace is put together.
Okay.
So we've got the amethyst, which is draped down into sort of little semicircles. We've got the coins and the garnet in here, which are
the main, is that the main necklace?
Yeah, around the main part of the necklace is the coins and the garnet, and some drops added on as well.
Okay.
Those little round beads are fabulous. They're just so useful.
The black agate rounds. They're just the kind of thing that I almost add as a spacer bead rather than using the likes of silver beads or anything.
Exactly. So using it as a spacer bead. And I just think when you're dealing with big chunky beads, particularly like the garnet, I think those spacer beads are really, really useful.
Brilliant.
They make sure they lie properly, they curve round properly. Otherwise, if you were to use a whole string of those, you might find they don't lie terribly well together.
As well. Okay, brilliant. So how do we get started?
Right, okay, so I've started on here, started stringing up the semicircle bit with the amethyst on it, and that's also got some lengths of chain, which are about 4 inches, whatever that is in centimetres. So it's about 4 inches. I've used a double chain on here as well. Okay. So there's 2 bits of chain on there. So it's quite simple. It's you add the chain at the end and then the round and work your way through. So it goes a little round, an amethyst, a round amethyst, for 5 amethysts. And I very roughly kind of sorted them out in order. So I put a small one first, and then a little circle, then a medium one and a circle, larger one, medium one, and a smaller one again. Because they're nuggets, they're obviously all different shapes and sizes anyway. There's, it's not as if they're perfect rounds at all. So I just felt that in the centre here, you could probably get away with a larger one. Whereas if a larger one was at the side there, then it's going to be too bulky.
Almost.
So sort of graduated them. So that's how that piece there gets put together.
And so that's this section here. Then?
It is, yes.
Okay. So that's my first. That's almost my first. So
that's one
scalloped section.
Yes.
Okay.
The other section I've got is one here where it's a coin, and then it's a garnet, and then it's another coin. But interspersed among it are some bits of chain. Yeah. And that's just to add some, add some extra to that particular area.
I'm just noticing you've got your beading threads. You've actually got 2 beading threads.
I've got 2 because further on, might be easier with overhead camera. Further on, it's going to split for the amethyst and stay on the same one for this one here. So in this particular part, I've put together put through 2 threads, and then this one here goes on to one here, and then it'll come together again for the next section on. Yeah. So I've started stringing those up just now. If I were to take this one here, and those that I've already done, I can show you this little section here.
Okay. And Maggie, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I do just need to make a little bit of an announcement. We are hearing that many of our viewers who are trying to purchase on the web are struggling to do so right now. Can we just advise you that if you are struggling to make purchases within our show, please could you go onto our website, and by doing so, you could go to our the Today Show. So you need the live stream. You need to select on that, and when you select on that, you'll then have an option of view now or buy now. You need to click on the buy now. Okay, so there is a different way to make your purchase. If you go to the live stream and then click on buy now, that's how you can make your purchase. Hopefully that makes it clearer for those of you who are ringing in going, I can't make the purchase, what's going on? There's your answer. Go to our live stream and click on buy now, and that'll be the answer. Hopefully that helps you out. Right, sorry about that, but it's just it was almost like a little, what's one of those public service announcements?
It was just about, wasn't it?
Here's the gentleman, could I have your attention, please? Coming in at platform 3.
So what I'm doing now is I'm putting on a bit of chain, the coin, looping up the chain again and just leaving a little bit underneath.
Okay. And is there a specific number of, or are you just do by...
I'm doing it by eye because of the nuggets, really.
Okay.
Because I'm going to add a nugget in now as well, and with the nuggets being different sizes. If you're really exact, you could count along the lengths, however, I'm doing this particular one just a bit by eye. Okay. And this chain is slightly shorter than the one that's on the loops. It's about that long, so it's probably about 3 inches long.
Okay.
So it's putting on another nugget.
So then you're just linking
in the chain. And that's far too tight, that bit there.
And this is it's just literally playing with the chain.
So it's exactly, yes, making sure you're getting the right kind of length. It would actually be better to make it a little bit longer and then snip it off at the end if you had to. Yeah.
Okay, so and in some ways, by choosing the length when you first got started, in some ways that you're restricting yourself. So if you had just that little bit more length, you can
just cut it off. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
There's 10 meters of chain; it goes on forever.
Yeah.
Then back to this one here again.
And so each part of the pattern of the neckline, you're adding in the gold chain. So this section, I'm just going to show you where Maggie is. She's creating the 3 links. So this is the gold chain 3-link section. So you've got your faceted, then you've got your nugget of garnet, then you've got your faceted. And as you can see there, the chain's just creating, it's almost framing and adding that defined detail.
Yes, it's just to bring a little bit more gold in, rather than just having it where the amethysts are, because then it kind of carries on through, that carries that theme on through.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can see it there now. So it sort of goes either underneath the coins or somewhere round about the nuggets, yeah?
Okay, perfect.
Right, so what I then have to do, of course, is thread this one here through. So we've got this already put together, and that's got to go through there. So that's, I'm going to say it's relatively simple. You know what'll happen?
Yeah.
It's going to just all go wrong, isn't it?
Always. But if it helps, that's quite good, because I often think that if everything goes right, then people expect that to be the case when they do it, and if it goes wrong, then they go, why do I always get it wrong? But in some ways, I quite like it when it goes wrong, and that's not being funny about it, and making your life harder. But I do want people to always know that actually it goes wrong for everyone, but it doesn't mean to say that it actually is wrong. It's just the way that it is at that time.
And quite often when things go wrong, you discover different ways to do them.
Absolutely.
You get different techniques, different effects.
Well, that's a lot of the time that our guest designers say happy accidents.
Exactly.
This is when something's not quite how they have planned it, but then the results are incredibly rewarding. So there is no wrong. Oh, Ryan, my director, became incredibly poetic in my ear there, and I can promise you that really is incredible. He's just said, now tell me what you just said there, Ryan. The best art is made from mistakes. Ben and I are touched to the very... It was deep. To be honest, for a Thursday, it's far too deep for me, but, liking it. We got all very, very artistic there, Maggie.
Yes, somebody I knew used to say effect from defect.
Now, can I just say, I'm the wrong presenter for this kind of intellect. Most definitely.
So when you make something defectively, you can actually get an effect from it.
Oh my goodness me, I might actually use that in my life every time something goes wrong, because standardly lots of things go wrong for me. I need to remember that. Effect from the defect. That is just me.
Is it?
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, Maggie, you've given me some kind of purpose in life. So we've built this up now.
So built it up now, so you can see that there's the section of the little bits of chain, then there's the sort of drapey section, and then another section of the chain.
Excuse me.
Yeah? And that's really how it kind of gets built up as you work your way along.
So, Maggie, where you're there, you've created... you've used 2 beading threads, and you've just brought the beading threads together, almost like junctions.
Yes, so it goes, it's a bit like a train, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got them both together here, then they separate out for this section here, and then they're both together here again.
Perfect. A bit like Thomas the Tank Engine, that's what we need
Something
to remember.
like that, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. We're there.
Don't say anything about fat controllers, though.
No, you're not allowed any. He's not, he's called, I can't remember what his name is now.
A rotund.
No, he's not even described in his shape. I can't remember what he's called now.
Maybe it's just the controller.
Controller, yeah.
No, he has got a name. He's got a name now. I know. Ian. We think. Text in if you know the answer. So we're there. We've built up this section here.
This is, if we're to take it from the back, that would be this section, then the next one, which is drapey one, and then another of those 3 sections.
Okay, so you would just repeat.
So you'd repeat that until you get down to the bottom. Can I turn it around?
Yes, of course you can, Maggie.
And then at the bottom here, we'd have one more row of the amethyst, and then it mirrors back in itself. So you get to there, you stop, and you go back again.
So you are working, when you're making the design, are you making, you're making from the back forwards? Because often is the case, a lot of the designers that I've been working with recently have said that the one thing that they like to do is start from the front and work backwards.
That's how I started it, that's how I did it, yes.
Okay.
I thought it might be easier to describe it if I started from the back forward.
So which is the way?
I would start at the middle, because you can always add or take away at the ends. But if you start at the end and then work to the other end, then and if you need to add or take away, then you have to take everything off and start again.
Right.
Yeah? So I usually start in the middle.
If I was starting at the middle on that thread, I would have started with the centerpiece then, eh?
You'd start with a centerpiece and then a little round bead. Yeah.
So just here, I'd have started. So this is where we're beginning, and then we're going to have the pendant running through the center.
Yes.
And then we're going to have the black rounds either side, the agate rounds either side. We're going to start building up and then repeat the pattern that we've just learned to do.
Yeah.
So I'm starting here, and I've got to make sure I start with 2 rounds and then they're faceted. I tell you what, is it worth us now talking about these amazing feature pendants, because they are exquisite, aren't they?
They're fabulous, aren't they?
Absolutely breathtaking, and I think especially when they're framed so gloriously well in a design like this, you really get the visual impact, don't you? You get that real wow factor. And I mean, talking of wow factor, you've only used 2 out of the 3.
Of them, yes.
So you're going to get all 3 within this offer. Now, I presume you've chosen them just because of what you wanted to achieve in this look, but actually you could mix them together in whichever way you see fit for that centre pendant to be however you want it to be. If I hold them like that, Ben, does that work? Can you get the shot on that? Is that working for you? Oh, Ben says yes. You can see here, if I hold them up individually, I mean, that's almost like a garland, isn't it?
It's like a little Christmas wreath, isn't it?
Yeah, fabulous. And I mean, if you took that as a Christmas stimulus, that's just the beginning. I mean, imagine the kind of designs that you could then build upon on that one singular pendant. So these are, I mean, in some ways I'd call them pendants, but actually I also think that they could be classified as connectors, because they have got, as you can see, the little loops either side, so that you can have them extending across the neckline rather than just dropping down from the neckline. So this round is a connector. You've got a second connector in the elongated marquee shape, and I'm holding it like so, and I will just drop it like that as well. So you can see that there is again 2 drill holes, 2 hoops, one at each end, so that you do have again the chance for this to be a connector between other aspects like strands, etc. And you, very filigree, very detailed, lattice-like design, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yes. Yeah.
I wonder if I did this, if I just then gave you some perspective. Hang on, let me swift myself around, and then you can see. If I hold it like this, I'm just catching my microphone, so sorry about that. You see there? And it would extend across the neckline, whereas obviously the beautiful piece that Maggie's created, she's used it with the drop, so she's actually giving you much more elongation, a cascading almost design. So you can get 2 different, very, very different looks from this one pendant. I've just noticed, and you probably have already noticed this, oh, that's my face, very close up, not such an attractive face when it hasn't slept for 48 plus hours, because I've got poorly children. I know, and if my children are watching, my little son is definitely watching, and I know he is. Hi, gorgeous boy. Had to do that because he's been up all night for the past 3 nights with an incredibly horrible cough and chest. So yes, loving you lots. Yeah, get better soon. Ryan says get better soon. And well, I think I will also say that, if that's possible. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the hoops. Can you see that? So you could actually do totally different designs based on which of the hoops that you choose to work with, couldn't you?
Yes, I've used it with using the little loops on the side. At the bottom. Can you see that? Now some of them are fixed to the wreath-like one, and some of them are fixed to the marquee shape one.
So you can actually see, if I lift just the marquee shape one up, see Maggie's actually, she's connected 3 of those amazing faceted drops of the onyx to the base with the 3, if I drop it that way, 1, 2, 3 of those. So it creates this almost chandelier-like effect, doesn't it? Fabulous. Now that's just number 2, connector. Yes, there's one more. You are going to get this fantastic pear-shaped filigree work design as well. Now these are sterling silver, I think I'm right in saying, because well, you can see the attention to detail. It's sterling silver. It's that quality of craftsmanship we established with this precious metal. Gold-plated as well, just to add that luxury edge. And the word is definitely luxurious, isn't it, with these kind of aspects.
And they're a good size as well. So they're not small and finicky. They're a decent size with a bit of clout about them. Yeah.
So glamorous. Now you're going to get all 3 for one price tag. That's all 3 connectors for one price tag. Now how about this? Don't forget that they're sterling silver, and don't forget that these are real, the aspect of these is all about the quality, the luxury that they're going to add to your jewellery. All 3 for just £19.95 is all you pay. Less than £20. An amazing deal, a real opportunity. And you know, in some ways you were very flamboyant in using 2 of these within the one neckline piece. But actually for those people who are working and want to get the most out of their jewellery in terms of their findings, you know, you could make 3 necklaces.
Absolutely, of course you could, yes. I think the pear-shaped one is quite kind of oriental looking. It's quite kind of Indian looking.
Yeah, it does have that, yeah.
And I think that would give a very different style as well.
Yeah, you could almost go Bollywood in that kind of glamour, couldn't you?
Yes,
really get being. And that's the nice thing is that because you've got such a lot of detail, I mean, that could be Edwardian because of the garland-like qualities. The Edwardian period is most definitely something that I think you could achieve beautifully with this kind of detail. That could be a fantastic neck scarf-like tie.
Oh yes.
You know, you put your scarf through.
Yep.
And
That'd
be a
great,
like scarf connector, because you could just. Well, that's quite. If you like sterling silver to be a lovely scarf connector, why not? But it's not a bad idea there, actually.
And you could possibly also affix a brooch back to it and make it into a brooch.
Oh yes.
And then thread some gemstones through it.
Oh, I can imagine that. That would look glamorous, wouldn't it? You know, especially with the duffel coats, the tailored duffel coats that are in at the moment. You know which ones I mean, with the military style buttons. Then that could just add. Yeah, that'd be fab.
That would work well.
Oh, I can see a lot of potential. That's 3 of the different connectors that you get in fantastic filigree work for £19.95. And I will just highlight sterling silver, and the quality of craftsmanship that you're receiving there, really rather exceptional. So if you would like to join us, there is a luxury feel about that, and I know that the price is certainly pertaining to that, but when you're starting to get that kind of quality to your jewellery making, you're really giving that kudos, that layer of luxury to the item of jewellery that you're producing. It's certainly going to make an impact to the final result at £19.95. So you're gonna start working with that as a feature pendant for us.
Yes, so I've started adding some. I've linked them together at the top with a little jump ring, and I've started adding some of the pear-shaped drops underneath. The little loops on there.
How have you added them in?
Right, what I've done is I've taken the pear-shaped bead, put a gold head pin on it, bent it over, just made a simple turn loop, so you're bending it like that, snipping it off to about here, so about 8 millimetres, 9 millimetres.
Okay.
Yeah, and then cutting up the pliers. And then using round nose pliers, and I always turn loops towards me. I don't know, other people turn them away, I turn them towards me. So I'm going in fairly near the top of the pliers here, because I don't want a big loop, I want quite a small loop if I can achieve it. And then just rolling it back round towards me, until it meets. So that should give quite a nice turned loop.
And to those people who are watching for the first time, these kind of techniques we give you free of charge. First via our website, so if you went to www.jewellerymaker.com, we give you free tutorials, step-by-step instructions on all of those kind of how to turn a head pin and those kind of descriptive instructions. But then on top of that, we also, when you make your first purchase with, you get your free tutorial booklet and DVD, an hour long, again, of all those types of essential techniques. So you get that free of charge with us when you make your first purchase. So we really do, give you those types of foundation tutorials.
It's one of the very basic techniques. Yeah.
And once you've got those,
you're away.
You're running, aren't you?
Yeah. So to fix it on, onto this third little loop that I still haven't fixed anything onto, I'm going to open it. I'm not going to pull it apart. When you open jump rings, for example, you never pull them apart, as I'm sure you know.
Open the door.
You always twist them, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the same technique here. So I'm going to take the loop that I've just made, and I'm just going to open it slightly that way.
Okay.
Yep. And because this has got a definite front and a back, because the OG shape, the marquee shape is on the top, what I want to do, because I'm being a bit perfect about it, is making sure you do it from front to back, so the join is on the back.
Yeah.
So it just looks a bit, it should look neater from the front. So, shall I show that again? So what I've done is I've just put that through the little loop.
Yeah, right there.
And then just twisted that back down into place. So shutting the doors, you might say, yeah.
Close the door. Shut that door. Who was that?
Larry Grayson.
That's
it.
Shut that door.
And so that gives a 3 on here. Yep.
Got you.
Then I'm going to add another 2. So same technique. Rolling them round.
Yeah.
Slightly squint that one. There. Then opening it up. And this, of course, is going to go on the underneath one. That's the circular one.
Yes, because you've used the 3.
Because I've used the 3 there, yeah. So it's a case of working out from here where's the best place to put them, and I think I decided it was going to be in here. Yep. And of course, what I've got to do is put it on the same side, on the same position on the other side, so that it's symmetrical. Because this design is particularly symmetrical. It's symmetrical all the way through, so you need to make sure you're not going to put it in the wrong position.
Are you normally symmetrical kind of a designer, or do
Actually, no.
Are you not?
But today I am.
Ah, interesting, isn't it? Must have been, as you were designing, that's the kind of fancy you were in.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, sometimes I'm quite in favour of asymmetry. I think it looks kind of natural.
Yeah, because your hair's not symmetrical either, is it? Because you've got that. No.
Yeah,
oh,
so
you are.
So I'm quite in favour of having things sort of different on one side
and
to
I'm
the
the
other.
exact opposite.
Are you?
Oh my goodness
Right.
me! I find it very difficult, and I mean exceptionally difficult for asymmetry to sit on in my head. I don't know what it is. There must be something about the way I'm built, and
I think
we're all different, aren't we?
Absolutely. I was doing a class recently, and some of the learners in the class were very definite. They were using their bead boards, and they're very definite that were starting at the middle, working their way up with the colours, and they had to be symmetrical. They felt that was right. Well, maybe they felt a bit imbalanced otherwise.
That's it, and I think it is it. Yes, but that's the nice thing about jewellery is that when you're making jewellery, you don't have to compromise when you're buying. When you're buying, sometimes you do have to make the compromise, don't you?
Yeah, you have to buy what's made.
What's
but
available.
When you're making for yourself, you can
when you
make
make it for yourself, you're making exactly what's right for you.
Yeah. So that's it finished there. Yeah. So that's the 5 pear shapes on as droppers on the double.
If you put your hand there, just so we can see the drops.
Sorry.
That's it. I just want to see all the drops. There we go. And look at how they
sparkling. Yeah.
They're amazing. They're beautiful.
Gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
And again, they're a nice chunky size. You know, a nice weight to them as well.
Yep.
So that's that component there. Yep.
So you've created the centerpiece. We'll hold it like that. So you've got your centerpiece here.
Yeah. So if I was going to, let me see which end. I'm just working out which is the most sensible one to. Right. If I were to add in here. So this will have. Can I just have a quick look at it? Can you just turn it around a wee bit?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Right, so that's got the. Yeah. It's got one of the small beads, which is threaded onto both bead threads.
So you're looking at this section here,
I'm looking
are you?
at that section there. Yeah.
So obviously, what Mags is doing, Mags.
It's okay. Lots of people call me Mags.
Sorry,
It's all right.
I didn't mean to just do that. I just thought automatically with Mags. Sorry, Maggie.
It's okay.
But you can call me Vic. So I'll it's fine. You can see here, Maggie has created, she's got to this section here, so she showed us how to make the scalloping, and then she's adding in the gems to then build up this tiny section here to then add in the pendant. So that's where we're at now, yeah?
Yeah, so I think there's also bits of chain on there.
There is.
Yeah.
And again, this is just your part of the inspiration for your look. But as long as people know how to do it, it could be however they want to add the chain.
Absolutely, yeah. This one, I think I doubled it up, and I just took a length of chain, doubled it up. Hopefully, I'm trying to get the chain through both of those. There we go. So I've doubled it up. Oh,
Oh no.
it's there, it's there, it's there.
Did you do it? Oh.
It's not come off. Then put the disc bead on. So I'm just turning it around here so I can see it. See where the hole is. Oh, that's another point. When you're threading up 2 pieces of wire like this, if you pull that and get a kink in it, you've got a kink you can't get rid of. Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure that when you pull it together, when you pull it up, that you're keeping it flat somehow or another. Yeah. So you don't get the kink in it.
With that beading thread just, so it's almost just be a bit more delicate with it, don't give it a yank.
Yeah, don't yank it, yeah. And now I need to find the end again. So this is looped round twice, and I'm going to just try and pop the 2 through again. Yeah.
It's all to do with just delicate work in some ways, isn't it?
It is fairly this one, isn't it? Yeah. So that's the 2. And then I'm going to add another bead. Is that right? Up on that one?
So you're just reflecting you're just creating this lovely movement here within the design.
Yeah, I think I've done this one slightly differently.
That's okay.
But that doesn't matter, does it?
I know.
And then I'd be putting the pendant on. As I said earlier, I've put a little jump ring through the top to hold the 2 together, but they're only held together at the top, so they've got lots of nice movement about them.
Yeah. And you're using that beading thread again, just as a...
Yeah, so using it double, obviously, in there. Right. Then another little bead.
And those spacer beads, those smaller rounds, they're really practical, aren't they?
Oh.
They're just good to have as something reliable in almost in the way that they work. As a centerpiece, if you perhaps are using them as a beady bead or something like that, building it up that way. But actually, as spacers, they really do add that synergy to the overall design. And I love how you've used them to create almost like a little cascade effect for the neckline to the nape of the neck. They really do add detail.
They do, don't they? The reason I added that was I think if it's an evening wear, you might have your hair up, you might have an updo, and you might want something that gives a little bit of back detail to it. So that's why I added that bit there.
I love jewellery like that.
Do you?
I do love.
Do you wear your hair up a lot?
And especially if you got the garnet chain yesterday, I mean, that would just adding, cascade. I call it the Nicole Kidman because she had that advert out a while back for perfume, and she walks up the steps and all the paparazzi, and then she just turns around like this and she goes,
oh, that one.
I've practiced that look in the mirror, can you tell? Watch, I'll do it again. Just like that. Obviously much more attractive and with a totally different type of a body. All I'm saying is that I've practiced the look. I don't, In my dreams, Ben. Be nice. What can I say? But you could create that. You could make it shorter or longer depending on the neckline that you've, or the back line, should we say, that you have. Whether you wanted to create a cascading look. So we've built it up.
And you can see now how this is a central piece and we'd be working our way out with it. What have I got next to small bead?
And so now you've got from that centre point, we're now moving on and repeating exactly the same.
I'd be repeating this, yes. So I have gone slightly different on here. I think on this one I've got the amethyst on down here in the sample that's on the bust there. But I hope hopefully it shows you the technique or how I've put together the technique.
Yeah, it's great. Really great.
And basically building it up from there.
And so when we've obviously done the scalloping, we've done the pendant. Obviously we're going to get to the back, and obviously one of the nicest things that I like about our guest designers section like this is that you'll show us start to finish. And for those people who watch for the first time, can you just do the clasp so that we know that we've given you everything that you need to know? So if you want to create this very look, we're going to give you the starts, the finishes, the intricacies of the detail of every part of it. So
right. Since I'm doing this as a demo, I'm going to just going to pop a crimp bead on here. This is so that I can demonstrate slightly more accurately where the beads would lie.
Okay.
Yeah? So you wouldn't necessarily be doing this at home, but this is just because I don't have any beads further down.
Yeah.
So that's just to prevent the moving, just for the purpose of the demo. And I think the last bead was something like this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Now there's various ways to finish them off. I will quite often try and use 2 crimp beads. Those are crimp beads. Can you see those? Those tiny little bits of dust almost. They're just
Mini
tiny,
tubes.
Mini tubes. Yep, absolutely tiny. Yeah, but really essential. If you don't have them, then your necklace falls apart.
Yeah.
So I put one of those on. Can I just refer back to how I've put this together? Yes, thank you. And then just add a little bit of detail. I've then put one of the rounds on as well. There we go.
And one presumes that you're using the smaller so that when it gets closer to the clasp, it sits better on the neckline then?
Yes, yeah.
So often as is the case that when you're working, it doesn't matter what size gems you're working with, but as you graduate towards the back of the nape of the neck, if you can, use smaller stones so you have that ease of wearability.
Yep.
And also to get the clasp to work properly as well, isn't it?
And also I should have left myself some more wire here. Right, this is what not to do. I'm doing this deliberately to show people what not to do.
Great,
Yep.
Maggie, that's perfect.
Yep, fine.
People like myself are very grateful of that. I am very appreciative of you showing us the whys and wherefores, and sometimes...
Right, this time I'm leaving lots more wire. Yep.
Okay.
Wire doesn't cost the earth, and so there's no point in skimping on it. Yep.
Yeah.
So this time I'm going to take it further down. I'll take it down to about here. Ideally, by the way, I'd use crimping pliers on those. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll hopefully be able to show that in a different technique.
Okay.
And I'm going to cut those off so they're both approximately the same length. Right. So it's crimp and squash it. Little bead and another crimp. Because it's quite a heavy necklace and there's a lot of gems in there, I'm putting double crimps on, just to sort of belts and braces approach really.
Yes.
So that if anything were to happen, you've got the safety of another crimp there, yeah?
Fair dues.
Because they do sometimes work a little bit looser over time. I'm then putting on a jump ring. So this will be one end of the clasp, another end I'll put another end of the necklace.
And this adding a clasp is another one of those essentials for those people who are watching for the first time. This is another design, a technique that will really make a difference. Once you learn it, you've got a real impact to the diversity of your jewellery by just having this simple technique. So you're just adding the bead.
So I'm just adding the bead. I'm just going to add the other crimp that I was talking about and didn't actually add. Right. And then the jump ring. Now those particular crimp tubes are okay. You can get sort of 4 thicknesses of beading thread through them. So that's now going back through the crimp, then back through the bead. It's worked at home. So you can see.
Oh, I see you're putting it through the bead as well.
Through the bead as well, yep. So you can see both ends coming out there.
Got you.
And this, of course, is where your pliers come in invaluable.
Because you're just adding strength. You want to make sure that once that crimp's in place, and once you've added your clasp, that's where it's staying.
Exactly. And I've taken it through the second crimp as well. Now this is a bit I think sort of helps with your professionalism. If you can tighten that up quite a bit and don't leave any gaps here, quite often beginners will leave gaps there, and that sort of looks a bit as if they've not quite got to grips with the technique. So try and get it tightened up so you've got as little a gap there as possible. In this case, I'm using my pliers because my fingers aren't small enough, and I was gradually tightening each piece of thread in turn. You need a little bit of movement because whoever you put on there will have to move in some way, so you do need a bit of movement. And if I can get them through this bead, this final bead here, that'd be brilliant. At some point you've always got to trim them off. One through. Can you see now why I cut the wire and started again with the longer bits?
Yeah, because you're actually weaving it back through. I didn't realise that's how you were going to finish it off, actually. So it's nice to see that. And you're only doing it for the strength and the durability of the jewellery, is it?
Yes, just I always think if you can do a slightly longer length, you can't do it with all gemstones, but if you can do it a slightly longer length, then I think it just gives that kind of safety feature. Right, so that's what it's going to look like. If I can find my crimping pliers.
I'll hold that up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're doing a let's pretend that from down here onwards, we're doing let's pretend there's more beads on there.
Yeah.
Those are crimping pliers, which you've got on your website as well, which I find absolutely invaluable.
Yeah.
I think particularly when you're using precious metal for your crimps, rather than covering that with crimp covers, I think it's a good idea to use those. And you'll see, can you see there's two different sets of jaws if I close them. Yeah, the camera can pick up.
I'm just going to put my hand behind so we can see.
There's a set of jaws down here and a set of jaws up there.
Yeah.
So you start with a set of jaws that's nearest the handle, that one there.
Yeah.
I'll just pop them on. So a set of jaws nearest the handle. Yeah, is that angle okay?
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah. Squash it down and you get a sort of C shape. I don't know if that's going to pick up or not.
Yep,
so you'll see that in the middle there's an indentation. Yep. You then turn it around 90 degrees and use the outer set of jaws and squash it down again, and that should put it neatly into a little circle.
Now we do have some crimping pliers available for you as well, so we are going to give you the chance to own those. So for those of you who really want to get, what is it about the plier that really does make the difference to the other flat nose plier?
Because if you do the flat nose plier, it just squashes it like this one here, yeah? So it just squashes them and it goes flat. Then with this one here, it goes into a sort of slightly more rounded shape.
Oh, I didn't know it was that different. Oh my goodness me,
So
there is such a difference.
There is such a difference, isn't there?
Oh, I need to see that again. Can I hold that out?
Of course you can, yep.
Oh my goodness me. This is, I didn't know.
Really?
I promise you, and I've been here for like 2.5, 3 years, I honestly didn't know the difference between the finish of a flat nose plier to a crimp. Oh my goodness me, it's so good. It really makes a difference to the finish.
It makes a tremendous difference.
And if you don't want to put, the crimp bead covers on, if you don't want to invest in crimp bead covers, you need pliers.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh my goodness me, right, if you want these, they're brilliant. I genuinely, now look, let me show you the difference. That's using a flat nose plier. Okay, so you can see there, it does what it does, it's flat. Yeah, you've got your rounded tube that's gone flat, but look at the difference. Look at that. £4.95 for our professional crimping pliers. I'll just show you again what Maggie's just shown us is that there's two different aspects to the plier. If I profile them, you can actually see better. You see you've got a ridge at the base and then you've got your ridge further to the top. If you use the ridge at the base first,
use that one first, yeah.
And you one apply,
C shape.
one squeeze, and you're literally putting into the C shape for the tube, and then you use the top and you give it another squeeze. You're then getting the rounded tube again. I promise you, after 2.5, 3 years actually, I think I've been on this channel, I've so had a revelation on why they are so brilliant. £4.95. I am there. I'm so there with these.
I've seen them at £15.
And that's the thing, is these are professional tools via the professionals, and that's what we are. We work alongside your good self. You're professionals in the trade, and actually, if you're going to get a professional finish to your jewellery,
you need them.
Use the right tool.
They're almost like number 4, aren't they? You've got your round nose pliers, your flat nose, your cutters, and them.
I cannot believe the difference. I am so impressed by those. I can't even go there. If you haven't got them, get them. And I mean, all I'll say is, yeah, you get a money back guarantee. Will you need it? No, definitely not. To my instinct, £4.95. It's probably the best £5 you're going to spend all week. I mean, £5 to get a real finish to your jewellery. Instead of getting that look, instead of getting the flat look, as much as that's attractive, it's quite contemporary because, of course, it's a flat.
Sometimes you might want the flat as a feature.
So you could get that look with your flat nose plier, but actually, that is just such a beautiful rounded finish. Oh, that's ridiculously good. I am so sold on those. Brilliant, add to your order. If you haven't got your crimp pliers, Maggie's right in saying you can go elsewhere, and I'm sure you can spend 3 or 4 times that and get probably exactly the same type of tool. but just somebody's obviously either going to put a certain name to it, or alternatively make exactly the same product but just put a higher price on it. Get it from us. As I say, we work alongside professionals like Maggie, so we get the right tools for the job. And I honestly say my dad and my brother-in-law both work with their hands, with tools day in, day out. And they are always quite categoric when I say great job, when they've made my brother-in-law's a joiner.
Oh, right.
And he does some amazing works with wood. And actually, oh gosh, that's a fantastic finish. He goes, actually, it's partly me, but actually it's a lot to do with the tools that I'm working with. If you're using the right tools, you're probably going to be 10 ways down the line to getting the very finest for finishes. Professional tools, professional jewellery. It makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. It does, doesn't it?
Maggie, I need a 5 for that tool. My God, Maggie has just literally, she's opened my eyes to this tool. And I've sold that so many times without actually, and this is really bad of me, and I make huge apologies for those of you who are probably watching me at times going, why is she not making a big deal of those crimper bags? They're amazing. I'm so sorry, but I genuinely didn't know that that's what they did. I didn't realise the results were so different to that of a flat nose plier squeeze. I just love that. Whoa, that is it. Right, from now on, that's the tool of the trade. That is the tool to get professional jewellery. Because instead of getting, I mean, your flat nose, your round nose, and your cutters, they're obviously essentials. Those are things that you can't do without. But if you're going to just take your jewellery to another level of professionalism, bang, that's the next tool of the trade. Whoa. That's it, and you've got the tool of the trade for less than a fiver, £4. Loads of people who are in agreement with us, Maggie. Loads of people who are reacting and going, oh, I didn't realise that's how good they were. They're fabulous. 0800 644 655 is where you can join us. You can join us, of course, on the web at jewellerymaker.com as well. I will just remind you, if you are trying to access via us today, you do need to go to our web stream and you need to click on buy now to make your purchases today, especially on those pliers. If you're going to get them now. £4.95 is all you pay. Now, I've got loads to fit in, including, and you mentioned it earlier on, and Maggie, I don't think you even knew, we have got a Strictly inspired little section.
Right.
Yeah, you obviously were there with us.
You gave it away by sashaying across the floor.
Sashay, that's it. Shall I do some kind of, what shall I do? Some kind of tango?
Excellent, yes. I'm trying to think of some music and I can't.
I need something in my jaws, don't I? I need some kind of, yeah, I need something in my jaws. My mouth's not that big, is it? That's not, I can't do that. I can't do that. £24.95. Oh, £24.95 for your designer inspiration with Maggie's vintage glamour. It's a combination of some amazing gemstones, including, of course, 400 carats of that amazingly rich, dramatic and festive reds from your garnet. Plus, on top of that, you're getting your amethyst drops. Those are the top drill drops, 200 carats of those rich, deep purples. A gemstone of such high regard. We're adding on top of that as well, are giving you faceted coins of agate with your plain rounds, and on top of that you've got those lovely spacer beads rounds of agate. And I mean, we've seen how well they have worked to add a real sense of, I'll turn this necklace around just so you can see those spacer beads, how dramatic they are for smaller gems, granted 4mm rounds, but when you start to see them just cascading down the neckline and perhaps actually down the back line, well, that's really going to create a very glamorous effect. And you've got it all in that bundle. Oh, of course, 10 meters of chain as well. 10 meters of your gold-plated chain. That in its own right is £12.95 on our website. So half of the price of this full bundle is just on the 10 meters of chain. So you've got 5 feature strands, including your garnet and amethyst, plus all of that beautiful agate for just £12.50-ish. Yours for the taking today. If you would like to join us for £24.95. Designer inspiration with Maggie. She's giving us that vintage glamour. I'm calling it the ET look. And I'm not talking about Who Wants to Phone Home. I'm talking about Elizabeth Taylor look. A real out-and-out glamour, that sophistication and flair. And if you're going to do it, especially for Christmas, do it properly. If you're going to go for a wow factor neckline piece, get that glamour, get that audaciousnst about you. Yep. You know, there's only so many times in life where you actually get to go for that overall glamour, and festive time is it, isn't it? Christmas, where you've perhaps got, you know, work dues, family parties, you know, events that you don't often get the chance to dress up and be glamorous, this is the kind of look you could achieve for that out and out glamour, especially if you've got that little black dress and you don't have the money to perhaps go out and buy a brand new outfit, but you want to feel like you're looking totally different to the dress that you've worn time and time again. And I've done that myself several times, where I've had that little black dress and I'll go, well, I don't want to go out and buy something new, so I'll wear the little black dress, but I'll change my jewellery, and that changes the outfit instantly. You know, that and maybe a nice pair of shoes, and you can really transform the look. You could do that for just £24.95, and of course you're not just going to be making one piece of jewellery for that great combination. You actually do have the chance to be able to make multiple pieces. I presume you probably got the chance to make 2 or 3 of these necklaces with all of the ingredients.
I think you probably get at least 2 out of it, yeah. And that, can I just show you those?
Ah.
I just thought I'd do a pair of shoulder grazing earrings which echo the drop of the back.
I was just going to say, for the drop of the back.
So it's using the same kind of technique, but instead of having the large coin at the bottom, I've popped it in at the top. So it's just adding half a dozen of those little round beads onto the chain.
That's fab.
They're very long. They're very, very long.
Oh,
but they don't have to be that long.
Nice.
So if you want to do a little bit shorter, that can still be achieved quite easily.
No, let's go long. Again, let's go for the glamour. If you do also want to join us and get those fantastic sterling silver connectors, you can do so. We're not just giving you 1, we're not just giving you 2, but you're getting all 3 for less than £20. An amazing sterling silver filigree detail, incredible qualities. You have here luxury items, really adding that finesse, that flair, that style to your jewellery. And you've got it with sterling silver, gold plated. Yours for the taking. MGGC75, I believe. That's it. There you go. MGGC75 is your item code. You've got 3 feature connectors, sterling silver, decorative, to really heighten the luxury of your jewellery for less than £20. Congratulations if you got that one. 0800 644 655. And we're going to go and we're going to head into the ballroom straight after this, so don't go anywhere. Put your dance shoes on and let's start cha-cha-charing.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free copy of our DVD and booklet to help you get started. You don't even need to make an order. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
Join Jewellery Maker and guest designer Mark Smith for our long-awaited macrame workshop. Get to know the essential techniques and knotting formations to create these vastly popular designs. Learn square stitch, twist stitch, slip knot and much more. The full course includes a range of different threading materials, a selection of gemstones, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $79.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Now we have got a little bit of something special that has arrived into our vaults today. Yes, we are very, very excited to let you know, for those of you who missed out on our 108 findings pack of last week, we've only got another pack of 108 and it's sold out in seconds. I was very privileged enough to be able to sell them to you last week. Sold out like that, no exaggeration, came and went. I have got for you the rose gold finish to your 108 finding pack. I have absolutely no idea how long these are going to sell out, but if it's seconds for the last lot, then it's not going to be nowhere near seconds. It's milliseconds on this one, because rose gold is the look of the moment. It's the one look. There I am. Who are you? Vicki Carr, your host. It's just gone, have I done that? Oh my God, have I done that with your graphics? Very clever. Vicki Carr, your host. He says, now it's there, Vix. I don't even know how to get rid of it. He's done it. He says, now you can see your face. Make it bigger, cover the face. Yeah. Now bigger, get it to about here, then everybody will be much happier. What you have here is 108 essential findings. And actually, when I say essentials, not all of them are essentials, but by goodness me, they're going to make a huge impact. I don't know whether I can actually get these out. I'm going to give you a deal on this. It's coming up, not just yet. I need you to spread the word. For those people who, you know, are watching right now, or perhaps just tuned off for a couple of minutes, they've had to go away somewhere, you need to tell them that it's coming very, very soon indeed. Included in this pack, you're getting a meter of feature rose gold plated chain. You're also going to get shepherd hooks, spacer beads in a variety of sizes, small, medium, large and extra large. You're going to get extended toggle clasps, decorative toggle clasps. You're also going to get cord endings, all rose gold finished, copper findings. This pack in the silver sold out seconds. The rose gold, I know, is going to be the same, if not fast to sell out, for the simple fact that it is an incredible deal that I can offer you. In fact, I may as well give you the heads up. That whole 108 pack of findings is going to go less than £10. That's the reason why you can't look away. Coming up very, very soon indeed. Very excited by that. Also coming your way, I have got for you a matrix box of emerald. Yes, the colour of the year. Yes, in 2013. This is the colour of choice. If you've noticed that some of the very big names, very, 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 very big names in the English department of designer houses of fashion, probably the most quintessentially English, many would say, beginning with a B and ending with a Y, then that fashion house has taken this colour as their inspiration. One of the world's most respected actresses of the present day, Sienna Miller, one of their fantastic models, wears this colour at the moment so very, very well. Has she got the jewellery to match? Well, she could do with us. She needs to be watching us, doesn't she? And Sienna, if you are watching, nice to have your company. We have got for you Emerald Matrix box coming your way very, very soon. The look of the year, you may as well get it for a Jewellery Maker price. But oh, yes, we are about to go very, very strictly. Oh, nice. Oh, Ben even give us some kind of flamenco like. Nice. Ben, take off your jacket. I haven't said that for a while. Now then, now you've taken off your jacket, I need you to do some kind of one of those things.
Can I take my valuables out?
Take your valuables out, yes. I don't want your phone flying across the studio. Ben is our Strictly Come Dancing dancer. Watch this, apparently he's got lots of valuables. Oh my goodness me. Ben, what have you got in there?
Lots of medicines.
Genuine gemstones, somebody, security, call security. Right, are you ready? Here he is, he's our matador for the day. Da 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 da. Hey! Ah! Isn't he good? Hey! You just wait, they're going to be ringing you. The BBC will be on the phone by the end of today, I just know it, Ben.
Oh, I think they might be.
we have got for you the strictly inspired ballroom section of our show today, where we're going to get the dazzle, the sparkle, the shimmer, the vintage flair again. We're definitely going to get that vintage inspiration, but here we're going for a little bit of that evening glamour, that real luxury finish, that real luxury edge. These are your copper colour coated hematite. Hematite has got an amazing texture to it in terms of its weight, in terms of its coolness. It's got a metallic edge to it, but I have to, if I hold this, I feel the difference between any other gemstone when I'm holding hematite. In fact, if you gave me this gemstone and I had my eyes closed, I would know exactly what it was, because there is no other feeling like hematite. There's no other gemstone that has this metallic feel, but the weight and the coolness, and it is a coolness that really is quite exquisite, and you've got that quality, that metallic edge, but then with a coated texturing as well. 650 carats of your copper colour coated hematite, impact and a dazzle ready for a foxtrot. Are we foxtrotting or are we charring, darling? What shall we do?
What about a rumba?
Rumba. Ooh, no, these are too dazzly. Too dazzly. Rumba's far too sexy. No. We'll have to find something that's Oh.
Charleston.
Oh, I reckon listen, box 13, Pip, that's my rumba. We're going to do the rumba next. Oh, a little bit cheeky. Okay then, let's give you a char kind of a price with your copper colour coated hematite. Oh no, that's not joking. That is an amazing price tag. I mean, how much impact? And Maggie, you know, you really are talking about a dazzle, a sparkle with this kind of gem, aren't you?
They're beautiful, yes. I'm just trying to think what dance. I rather like the Charleston idea. I think that would.
Oh, yeah, because it has got that vintage flair about it, hasn't it? It does have that little bit
step would work.
Nice.
Yes. So they're lovely. They're really
lovely.
fabulous.
And I think one of the nice things is that you could use these in a big way. You could, you know, use them all together and get that real glamorous, you know, the ballroom kind of effect if you want to go out and out glamour. But actually you could use just 2 or 3 or 4 of these and they would really add that just added glitz, just a little bit of glamour. You know, if you're somebody like myself, I don't really like to wear big jewellery, and I don't normally wear jewellery that's, you know, a bit of an overt affair. You know, like the neckline piece that Maggie's made would not be my classic jewellery to wear, because I don't really have that much, and lots of people find it funny, but I don't really have that much confidence when I go out with wearing big jewellery. I don't have it. I don't feel comfortable. I feel incredibly aware of myself, and so I wouldn't wear big jewellery. But if for somebody like myself, and I was using these, I'd use 2 or 3, that's it. Just to have a little bit of glitz, a little bit of sparkle, you know, to have that hint of something a bit dazzling. And I think that the nice thing about the size of these is that you can use them in a big way and go for that you know, over-the-top flamboyant look, but you can also use them quite sparingly to still get that glitz and glamour to your jewellery. £8.95. They feel as good as they look, they really do. And when you get these home, if you're just making your first purchase today and you get these home, you'll understand instantly what I mean. The weight of them, the coolness of them, and the luxury of that luster, that sparkle, that glitter ball type of effect. Perfect to start off our strictly ballroom section. But we are going to continue with a hop and a skip to the rumba. We're rumbaing. Are you ready, Ben?
I don't know.
Ben's not sure whether he's ready to rumba. Ben. Let's get ready to rumba. Let's get ready to rumba. Get ready, get steady to rumba. Everybody rumba. Yes, we are going to rumba. Look at this. See what I mean by these are just a little bit sexy. Ooh, they're just that little bit of very, very sophisticated. I mean, glamorous. Oh, there's a real sense of a, you know, if you were walking in, you'd be walking into a room where it's quite hazy, misty, you know, and the glitter ball's not spinning around with a YMCA. It's slowly spinning around to some kind of maybe a saxophone playing in the background. purple rain, you know, that kind of, you know, something a little bit sexy about it, about that colour. It's rich, it's oozing glamour. It's a rather seductive kind of a look, isn't it? Let me pop it against the neckline and show you. Now, there is, in the jewellery trade, a name to describe the way that the skin reacts to pearls. Do you know what it is? Simplicato. So if you've got pearls against the neckline, and you can see how pearls naturally react and shimmer against the skin, it's called the simplicato. And that means that the pearl is iridescently skimming and reacting to the colour tone of the skin. And you know, the lovely thing about pearls is that it doesn't matter what skin tone, it doesn't matter what colour the pearl. Pearls are inherently versatile when they're sitting in a piece of jewellery. There's a real sense of luxury, and this is luxury in a very, very glamorous way. We're going a little bit sophisticated, we're going all rumba on you, and we're going to give you a rumble in the pricing. Now, the price you should be paying, yes, I did just say rumbling. I was quite proud of myself there, but I shan't be. £17.95 is the price you should be paying on these. You've got luxury, you've really got the oozing glamour to this strand. It's not the price you're paying. £17.95 is not the price you're paying. 16, 15, 14, £13.95. Luxury for less is what we're talking about right now. Never been seen before price tag. If you do want to join us, add that sophisticated flair, that luxury edge, a little bit of seduction to your jewellery for just £13.95. Look, everybody deserves to have luxury in their jewellery collection. Everybody deserves to have that real glamour, that sense of, I don't know, just something different, something that's going to really stand out. And of course, classic pearls are just that, they're classic, but to get something different to your pearl collection, add in this richness of colour, and you're really adding that glamour edge. £13.95. Congratulations. So we've been rumbering, and now what shall we do? Let's have a look. Where shall we go? Ooh. Oh. Oh, now look at those. Oh. So you look at it first and you just see a black gem, and then when you actually investigate this gemstone, there's this golden haze, like a halo, around this gemstone. Oh, literally a golden halo from your obsidian here. Wow. Now, the hardest part about working alongside, you know, the cameras and Ben is, I'm only joking, but the hardest part about it on our behalf is that many is the time that you just don't see what we can see to the actual original in the studio. You know, our cameras never pick up in true integrity of the quality of our gemstones. The lighting in our studio is actually bleaching the quality of the gemstone rather than anything else. And lots of people go, no, that can't be the case, because surely in terms of the studio lighting, it's there to make the gemstones look as best as they can. Actually, no, the studio lighting is meant to make me look better. Yeah, we need to have a word with the lighting technician, please. Can we have a word with him, because definitely failing on his job. We need some kind of job review. But that's the thing, is the studio lighting, it's not about making the gemstones look good, because actually the only thing that makes genuine gemstones look great is genuine light source. That therefore means candlelight, daylight, anything like that. That's when this gemstone will really come into its own. But just to say, you have a money back guarantee to the 31st of January to see for yourself the qualities of this amazing, it's a black gem, no hesitation, but every so often you'll get this amazing halo-like effect of golden rays. I don't know whether you can see that one a little there. That's it. That's what you'll be seeing. That's the golden halo I'm talking about. This incredible glistening golden radiance. That's what you're going to get from this strand, and you're getting it all with a 14mm size round. It's a perfect attribute to your jewellery making. Yours for the taking. for just $7.95. Now that is a deal and a half. That really is an opportunity that you don't want to lose out on. As I say, the most exciting part about gemstones like this is that you'll see every so often something that'll just capture your attention. You know, I often think that when we're in Mother Nature on a day-to-day basis, I find myself often seeing things for the first time. You know, I could look at a tree every day of the week, and then every so often I'll stop and I'll see something that I haven't seen before, and that's what Mother Nature does. You know, you might see obsidian on a not a daily basis here because it's not that easy to get hold of, but you might see it weekly. But then, you know, you'll look at that gem and you'll see something totally different, and that's what you're looking at here. A fantastic opportunity, beautiful. You can see that halo effect on a couple of these now. If you want to join us, now's the time to do so. A fabulous chance. £7.95 is all you pay. Go, go, go. Less than £8 for that feature strand. Moving straight on, and let's go straight on. And some, oh, well then, talking about light reaction and talking about a gemstone that I mean, it plays into my hands perfectly, and not on purpose, but what I've just been talking about in terms of light reaction to studio lighting, to daylight. You'll see a proportion of labradorescence in this strand. You will see it. But it's the most popular gemstone in the whole of our vaults. It's sat for the last year as the reigning champion of all gemstones within our vaults. And we've got a big selection of gemstones, but this is the most popular because when you get it home, you can't take your eyes off it. Quite simply enchanting. A gemstone that is illuminating to its reaction of light. Oh, yay! Look at this. Wow. Oh, Maggie, do you love working with labradorescence?
I think it's a beautiful gem, isn't it?
Well, labradorescence is so unique. It's fascinating, it's bewildering, especially when you start to see it like this, where it's really quite penetrating, when it's so visually there. Actually, in reality, that's pretty impressive.
That's a fantastic example, isn't it? Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You've got here your 12mm rounds of your labradorite in your plain rounds. Nothing plain about the qualities that you're seeing here. Now this is one of our brand new strands, and we're now down to last of stock. So if you want it, you've got to come and grab it now. Now, labradorescence in classics is of course the radiance of light surface of colouring. But actually labradorite, you expect it to be much heavier in colour tone. You're more expecting like stormy grey clouds rather than seeing this more cashmere grey. But I mean, the results of the cashmere grey is normally lighter labradorescence, but not here. That labradorescence is dazzling, really dazzling. If you want to join us, you can do so by, of course, picking up the phone and dialing 0800 644 655, or join us at jewellerymaker.com. It's a go, go, go on those phone lines already. I've got people there dialing. Lovely to have your company. We are strictly ballroom right now, and I tell you what, the ballrooms never look so glamorous with labradorite against the neckline. Let's go for it. One price tag. Top grade labradorite for just $17.95. You just don't see this grade of labradorescence. You don't see this luxury and quality for £17.95. Truly magnificent opportunity there. Huge respect to our buyers who have found this grade of gemstone for you. I mean, we're just not used to seeing this type of quality. Amazing. £17.95. Wow, flying out of there. Congratulations. Those of you who know the quality of gemstones, those of you who are used to seeing a different type of grade of labradorite, you'll of course, you see labradorite in different price ranges. Of course, you can pay for labradorite and you know, around about £10 for a strand, but would you get this result of quality? Probably not. This is why, you know, when you're paying $17.95, your expectation is higher, and rightly so, and you're getting a great result as a result. $17.95, straight on. Straight on. And straight on we go to... Well, I tell you what, we've just had labradorescence, and of course there's only one gemstone you can get labradorescence, and that's labradorite. Now let's give you agelorescence, and of course the only gemstone you can get that from is this one. It's your moonstone. This is not just moonstone, It's Rainbow Moonstone, one of my first ever gemstone. Oh, that's what it's all about. Now, one of my first ever gemstones I presented, and I mean this is probably 9.5 years ago. One of my first ever gemstones I presented was this stone. And do you know what? In the 9.5 years of me sharing my time with beauty of Mother Nature in gemstones, I tell you what, there is not many to compete with this stone. I can't think of any other stone that can impress me with its almost holographic colours. Sometimes it reminds me of mermaids, other times it reminds me of nebulas or the aurora borealis. You know, it takes me through a spectrum of wows. And I've got to highlight the fact that when you get this home, please keep it moving. You know, don't hold it static and go, oh, there's no adularescence in mine. Keep it moving. The more you move gems like this, the more they'll react to the light. One angle, I mean, look at that. You would never expect, if I held it like this, to get that result by one tiny twist of the hand. Rainbow Moonstone graduated faceted nuggets, 180 carats for one price tag. And it's going to be a naughty price. Only today can I offer it at £9.95. I don't think you're going to see it again at that price tag. £9.95 is all you pay. You should be closer to £20 on this stone. Let me hold it out. You should be closer to £20 in my thoughts. At least 50 exactly. And Pips just said, my producer just said, look, if it's not 20, then it has to be 15. At the lowest we should be at, it says £14.95. But no, we're here with a very, very exciting price tag. It's a bit of a naughty one, but we don't mind. Naughty but nice. Naughty but nice. £9.95 is all you pay. Congratulations. I'm just selecting a variety of different pieces so you can see the different reactions of a light for each one of them is pretty amazing. Blues and purples, pinks, all flashing through. Absolutely magnificent. Each one of those stones is going to be a centre point, a centrepiece to your jewellery making. £9.95. An incredible deal, an incredible opportunity. We're moving straight on. Straight on we go. I just need to wipe my nose, guys. Sorry about that. We have got for you 3 connectors. And these are carved, genuine gemstone connectors. Now, this is where, as Jewellery Maker is, we stand out from everywhere else that you can buy your gems from, because I don't know of anywhere else, and I mean, do genuinely mean anywhere else, that could then give you a carved genuine gemstone for your connectors. Yes, you can get gemstones elsewhere, not to my knowledge the quality to the price that we can offer you. We really are exceptional at what we do. We have experience it's almost a decade of experience working with genuine gemstones, and by having that, we've built up connections with places and people that mean that we can get the very best deals for you on offers like this one. For me, we are the place to be. Carnelian is one of the finest gemstones to work with for your autumn and winter collection. The richness and warmth of the reds and the oranges, the depth, and of course the intensity of quality to the jewellery that you're going to create, thanks to the detail that we've placed into the carved craftsmanship of these genuine gemstones. These are the real deal. We are one of the only places that I know of that does genuine gemstone connectors. You've got 3 here for one price tag. All 3 for one price. Less than £2 for each connector. Less than £2 to add genuine gemstone detail to your... Now, even if it is just a case of you add this as your connector to a multi-strand chain design, you've got a 10-metre reel of chain within our last section with Maggie's design. And for those 10, for that 10-metre chain, you could actually create 3 or 4 necklaces with this being the connector to the chain design. You know, that's when you would add that finishing flourish of genuine gemstones. £5.95 for the three of these connectors. Three of these connectors, $5.95. Congratulations. 0800 644 655. JewelleryMaker.com is where you can join us as well. Don't forget, if you are joining us on JewelleryMaker.com, you do need to select the view now. So you need the live stream selection. Once you've selected the live stream, click the buy now button. And by doing that, you get through to us and you'll make the purchase at $5.95, so less than £6 for you. Congratulations if you got those. That's fab, isn't it? Now, I do just want to remind you that we have got for you, coming your way, your Emerald Matrix box. Bit of a deal. Yes, we're going to do a deal for you on your Matrix box of Emerald. Now, the next designer demonstration that we're going to have with Maggie, this would be a fantastic addition. You're not just getting one or two of the colours of the year. This is the colour of the year in the gemstone of the year. Emerald colour and emerald gemstone, the gem of the year in terms of colouring. You can't beat it. I genuinely will say, if you want to capture what has been one of the biggest seasonal niches in the jewellery industry, you've got it in one box there, the Matrix box. Also coming your way, a very, very exciting deal. 108 findings for less than £10, sold out in the silver base not so long ago, and now we have the rose gold finish. Again, it's going to be another sellout. You've got to be prepared for it. It's coming up very, very soon indeed. If you want it, keep watching. It's coming up for you. I've said less than a tenner. Keep watching.
The new year is fast approaching and we're getting ready to go out with a bang. You can get involved by voting in the annual JM Awards. Check out Facebook from Monday the 25th of November at 10 AM, where we will release a different voting category each day until December the 6th. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free copy of our DVD and booklet to help you get started. You don't even need to make an order. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 PM for our Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low, low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
This year, Jewellery Maker will be live 9 AM to 1 PM on Christmas Day. Oh, come on, guys. You can't get out of working Christmas Day. Ed's excited. Oh, look at him. What a guy. No turkeys were harmed in the making of this video.
Welcome back, lovely to have your company here on your Designer Inspiration with myself, Vicki, and a fantastically inspirational Maggie. Yes, she's going to give us another fantastic demonstration and step-by-step instruction on another visually impressive piece of jewellery. Guys, can we just get a quick shot of showing everybody what it is before you get the ingredients separated? Let's actually show you the necklace that you're going to be creating. And Maggie has again given us that wow factor, that real show-stopping effect to the jewellery that you're going to be making with her right now. It's all about colour and it's all about glamour, but in a very earthy way. Emerald green is the colour of the year. Emerald green, and in particular, as we know, we've got the Matrix box, is the gem of the moment. There is not a bigger gem in the jewellery industry at present. There is not a bigger desire for this gemstone than now. So if you're going to get what is effectively the gem that is going to make you the most impact to your jewellery, this is what we're going to give you. We've got the Emerald Matrix box coming up very, very soon indeed. We're going to do a special price on this. There's a lot of gemstones, and we're talking, of course, with our matrix selection. These are gem quality gemstones, so these are high regarded gemstones. So you have here the matrix box. We're sticking with the theme and the ideal of getting those emerald greens within this next section, and as you can see here, we're really going for different dynamics. I was taking you through the full spectrum of greens that are in the jewelry industry and the gem world in particular, with this fantastic range of stones. You've got a combination of your turquoise, agate, amazonite and Brazilian amazonite in this combo, where you've got your graduated rounds. And of course, when you see those colours, I don't know about you, but I just think tropical. I just really do think about, you know, not just thinking about grass greens or lush greens. I really see this much more tropical, vibrant, maybe even summertime feel about it. But when you put it against much more of the darker tonal qualities within the turquoise and the agate, it mixes really nicely to add layers, which are going to be very versatile for both spring and summer and for autumn and winter. And in many ways, I think when we head into autumn and winter, we do change our clothing and we change our colouring to get a little bit darker, a bit more intense. But why? Why do we do that? Because why should we? If it's darker outside, then surely we want to lighten ourselves and lighten our look by working with colours like this one, real nice complexities of colour shades. So you've got your graduated rounds of your amazonite matched. Alongside it, you have your Peruvian nuggets. And of course, Peruvian gives you a real tropical tones, very much tropical tones. Then you have your turquoise, and I'm really excited by this strand because I've not seen this strand before. It's a brand new strand to me. It's a bit of a treat because when we start to talk about turquoise for many people, I think first of all, lots of our viewers are very much aware of turquoise is the birthstone for December, and it's not that easy to come by. In fact, it's one of our most challenging gemstones to get hold of, and in the past year and a half, we've probably seen a drought on this gem lasting around 6 to 9 months, literally months on months of us not sourcing this gemstone, not because we haven't tried, but because it just hasn't been available in the jewellery market. And because of that, when we do get it, we celebrate, we make the most of it, and we accept the fact that Mother Nature is the lady in control of our stock list. So we get hold of it, we make the most of it, we enjoy working with it, but we don't guarantee ourselves the chance to be able to always work with it. And especially that's based on pricing as well. Turquoise is actually a very considered purchase gemstone in the gem world. And we do our very best to make sure that we stabilise our pricing for you so that you don't always have to feel the pinch when the prices are rising or the prices are falling. If we get a great deal, then you will get that great deal. It doesn't matter how much it should be, we'll reflect the price that we bought the strand for rather than the reflection of the price in the open market. And if you do a bit of research on the costings of turquoise at the moment in the open market, it's up and away, almost skyrocketed. And I don't know why. I think it's probably based on the demand and also the availability of it, which most things are based on supply and demand, aren't they? You don't see a lot of turquoise in the open market for anything shy of probably the price of the bundle we're about to do for you. And I'm being quite honest that this is probably one of the best value turquoise we have in our vaults right now, and you're going to get it in this fantastic bundle. We're adding in your faceted rounds of your multicolour agate. The colours on this they're just so scintillating. They are so fascinating. I really have to say to you, you will be so thrilled with this strand when you get it home because the colours, if you'd have asked me what gemstone it was, I would not have said agate. I wouldn't have even touched agate because I've never seen agate be so turquoise influenced. Normally with agate you're seeing a little bit more of the chocolates, more of the tawny colours. Now here this is light and fresh. It's turquoise. It is literally turquoise colours. So I'm really excited by that combination. 4 strands, including your turquoise, and we're adding in, and this is where the bundle really come into its own. So we're adding in a lot of elements, and of course let's not forget this bundle is designed for you to create the exact look that Maggie has achieved. So we're not just giving you the whys and wherefores of potential, we're giving you the exact ingredients, exactly to the point where you can get the jewellery that Maggie has achieved. So we've given you things like the findings, and I think I'm right in saying Ooh, is this the mega bundle? Okay, you've got a limited available quantity, and that makes sense. Very limited quantity in this bundle based on these findings. We don't have a lot to go around. I'm really, really sorry. It's a very limited quantity. Your findings are 108 findings. Am I right in saying that, guys? 108 findings that you're getting. Now, you know how we're giving you the 108 findings in the rose gold finish, and we sold out in the single quantities to buy these separately, and the only other chance that you got the ability to get this pack for the silver is in this bundle, in this very bundle. So this is the last of stock, and there is a very limited bundle. This is a last of stock opportunity for these findings. They sold out when we were selling them separately as individual offers. These sold out with myself last week. So if you want this combination of the silver plated copper findings, 108 in total, including the chain, the spacer beads and all of the additions, this is the only time you got the chance to do it in this bundle. Last of stock is here now. I sold out in the single quantity. Now I've got it in a bundle, and it's the very limited availability of the stock that we have for this combination. You're going to get the heart-shaped pendant, which you know in Maggie's design is very much the focal point. We're adding in alongside it your spacer detail beads, and they're like little acorns, I think. Look at those, they're cute. They're really cute little spacers. Very cute. Liking those. Sterling silver again, I believe. And we'll just get that confirmed, but they certainly feel like they're sterling silver. Then on top of that, you've got your beading thread, your monofilament, and your elastic to top it all off. So there you have it, 4 feature strands, including your turquoise. We're adding in there 108 findings with your feature heart-shaped pendant, plus we're giving you acorn-shaped spacer beads, and tipping it all off with your beading thread, your monofilament and your elastic. That's all yours for one price tag. It's a lot of jewellery to be made, which should have been, wow, now that's already good. Now let's just remind ourselves that turquoise is a real considered purchase within the gem world right now. Very difficult for us to source anything like what we've got for you here. How about £46.10 is the price you should be paying, but it's nowhere near the price you're actually paying. 46. Should we take a £5 off? No, let's take £10 off. Well, then we'd be like £36.10. That's a bit odd, isn't it? That's an odd number to finish on. I tell you what, dare we, I mean, less than 40? Less than 45. We're definitely going first to 40. Less than 30, less than 40. Oh, I'm a bit scared. Well, I would never have suggested we could go that low. I would never. That's over £20 saving that you've got. What an opportunity from your amazing combination of your Amazonite, your turquoise. I've just got to keep highlighting this turquoise is exceptional. What an opportunity. December's birthstone, of course. So you've really got the chance to make the most of that for your Christmas gifts. Plus, you're also getting that breathtaking agate. That agate, I promise you, you'll get it home and you will not work out that it's agate. I know my gemstones, and I wouldn't have guessed that unless I had the graphical information. I would not have suggested that this was anything like agate, because the colours and the texturing is just so unique. It's fabulous. I love it. We're adding in your 108 findings, and that 108 findings, the only way to get the 108 findings is by buying this pack. If you don't buy this bundle with all of these mixed together, then you don't get those findings at all. Don't believe you can buy them separately anymore. I certainly know that I sold out, and to my knowledge, this is the only way you can get those findings. The 108 findings, the only time is here, now, right here, right now, right here. Right now. Then on top of course, we got the heart-shaped, trying to get down with the kids there, could you tell? You've got your heart-shaped pendant. You've got your 5 feature. Guys, did we ascertain whether these were sterling silver in the spaces? Do need to find out if possible, because I don't know the answer. These lovely acorn-like, no, they're not acorn, are they? The pine cones. I keep on saying acorn. They're pine cone type shapes. Spiral spacers. We're just finding out for you. and then beading thread, monofilament and elastic all together. £25.95 is all you pay for the full bundle. And if you think about it, Maggie's made one piece of jewellery, but of course you can make loads more jewellery, multiple pieces of jewellery from this combination of gemstones and of course findings. It's not that you have to be restricted. In fact, the world is your oyster when you've got so many amazing aspects to create your jewellery with. Get started. What a beautiful bundle to get started into jewellery making. Of course, if you make your first purchase with us, you will get a free tutorial booklet and DVD, which will give you step-by-step instructions and how to get started with all of the very basic techniques that will really give you an amazing foundation to getting started into jewellery making. Now, half the stock has been sold on this deal, and I would guarantee the people who've made the purchase are either people who missed out on getting the findings with myself last week and want the findings, or I would suggest probably people who have identified that we have done a great price on the turquoise, because that turquoise is exceptional. What a deal it is. Get your turquoise, get your findings, and the rest is just a bit of a bonus. Congratulations if you got that one. £25.95. We're going to shift you on over and see the lovely Maggie, who's going to give us step-by-step instruction to create one amazing bold statement necklace. And again, Maggie, you've not gone shy on the design. Are you naturally somebody who does like bold jewellery?
I think, yes, I do. I don't tend to wear delicate jewellery. I prefer something a bit more,
oh, right,
well,
it's
bold,
interesting.
a bit more kind of...
Because I'm not,
You're
as I say,
the other way around, aren't you?
Yeah, we're obviously very different. We're a bit of a yin and a yang today, aren't we? Because you're very asymmetrical and you're like bold, and I'm very symmetrical and definitely delicate. So it's interesting, isn't it? This is most certainly wow.
Right.
It is. It's beautiful.
It's just using virtually everything in the kit there. Yeah.
Ah, it just thinks it's fantastic. Oh, he just thinks it's fantastic. It's just got that real penetration of indulgence. And I love the layering of the colours. It's just so fabulous, isn't it? In some ways, when I look at it, I'm definitely heading towards spring. I feel very much driven towards highlighting, you know, what the colours for spring and summer are going to be. And I investigated that about 2 hours ago before we came to air. I thought to myself, oh, the new colours for spring and summer will have been released just recently. I think it was only a couple of weeks ago they were released. And I don't know whether you knew this, but these are it.
Right.
Did you know?
No, I didn't.
Well,
no.
You are so much the look of this. You have created the look
Fabulous.
of 2014. In terms of colour tones, you couldn't have picked better colours.
Right.
This is it. If you want to achieve the look of the moment in terms of colours, these are the colours you go for. Turquoises, ocean greens are massive.
Right.
So if you're going to do it today and then have yourself sorted. And you might be thinking to yourself, but Vix, I don't have time to think of making something for 2014. Heck, I'm in the midst of 2013. Well, the good news is for £25.95, this is the kind of deal where you put it to one side, right? You know you've got yourself something that you want to work with. You're not in a time restriction of me going, now hang on a minute, I wanted this made 3 weeks ago. It's your time, but you've got the ingredients that you know are going to reflect what's happening in 2014. They really will reflect bang on the look. So I'm really impressed. Very impressed by the colours. So £25.95 is all you pay for this bundle, including the 108 findings, plus on top of that turquoise strand. So now you are multi-layering.
Yes, I enjoy working with lots of layers and things. So this one's got, well, quite a few, as you can see.
Wow, where do you even begin?
Well, first of all, you begin with your beadboard, yeah?
Okay,
so you begin with your beadboard, that's what I would normally do, and I spread them out on here and I play around with them for ages to get the order of the beads and the combinations of the beads that I want.
Do you mean like work with
I work with the grooves in the beadboard, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so you start to set up your gemstones in order that you want to thread them on.
Yeah, and then sort of work out, you know, play around with them. With something like this, I've got smaller beads at the ends of some of the strands because they're all going to be scrunched together.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to achieve something that was really heavy in the middle to support and to echo that pendant, that heart-shaped pendant. I thought it's got to be something quite chunky because the pendant itself is so chunky. And so I've got sort of 4 strands in that bit, all twisted together. Yeah?
So what you've seen is that you've gone from a little bit smaller, not vastly smaller, but a little bit, just to give a little bit more bulk to the base here, to the centre of the design, to then hold in the heart shape.
And part of the way I've achieved that is by having 4 strands, 3 strands that are all the same. Yeah, so those 3 strands all
What length is that
about 10 inches.
Okay,
yeah,
what's
because
that in
when you twist it, when it's
centimetres?
25,
Okay.
2.54, I think it's a conversion.
Look at you.
I used to work in textiles, and we
you
always
can do
went
the
from inches to
conversion.
centimetres.
Love
Yeah.
it.
So I think it's about 25
centimetres, okay.
So those 3 are all the same length. Then this little short one, and this is where I've obviously had to make life complicated for myself. Yeah, why keep it simple? So I've threaded up already, and this is using the small. Those are Amazonite.
Amazonite.
I always pronounce that one wrongly.
Amazonite,
And this
yeah.
turquoise. I couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe this turquoise. I just couldn't
Turquoise
believe
is
it.
fabulous. That's what I mean.
I think, is
And
that
for
real
the-
turquoise? Is that really turquoise?
Well, for the price it is, in particular for the bundle, I think for a lot of people, £25.95. For those of you who know your gemstones, you'll think to yourself, well, surely that's the turquoise in its own right, because often is the case you can hand over a good £30 and get half the quality and half the quantity of what you've got on that one strand. So you have got yourself an absolute cracking deal, really cracking deal.
I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
So what I'm doing here is I'm adding it in, this kind of smaller strand, to bulk out the middle, yeah?
So
So-
hang on a minute, let me see what you've done next. This is your
This is my
smaller
extra
strand.
bit, my smaller bit, and I've got that large bead there. So that large
No,
bead...
we can't see it. Let me
Let's
just tip this up just for a second. Yeah, it's all right. I'm just going to tip it up a tiny bit, just that's it, so we can see above the
Yeah.
gems. So you've done.
So
You've taken your strand
I've
here.
taken a strand there, I've got a crimp in there as well, and I've got one of those large beads.
Yes, because in the findings, 108 findings,
Yep.
you get the small, medium, large, and extra large
That's the
in
extra
the
large
spaces.
one,
So that's the
yes,
extra
that's
large
our-
one.
yeah, that's
Got you.
extra
So
large in there.
you've weaved in the smaller of the gem strands
Yep.
that you've created. You've weaved it in, added the crimp, and into the gem.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep.
I'm there. I'm with you.
So,
Thank you, guys.
so what I would be doing is sliding it along a bit, there we go, and just tensioning it up, obviously. Yeah. And I'll be doing the same at this side here. So I'm sliding it through the large bead. Oh, this is funny doing it the other way around, from left to right. Through the crimp, and through that first. Can I go over and stand the other side and do this?
Yes, because you get. One presumes as a designer, you get used to creating in a certain way.
I'm not used to doing threading from left to
yes.
right. Can you tell?
Ambidextrous threading.
Great, so that's that. Right.
So you're just playing with them to get them
So
in the
I'm
right
just-
tension, are you?
That's it. So at this stage, just playing to get the right tension in there. And I'm not bothered if one of them's slightly longer than the other. It doesn't really matter. It's just going to bunch up a little bit more
Okay.
and add a bit more to it. So what I'm going to do now is crimping pliers.
Those heavenly crimping plies, may I say. Heavenly, and I have just... Kaz, will you do me a favour and just chuck us those crimping pliers that we've just done? They're in box 2, maybe, I think it is. No, that. Thanks, bud. These are the crimping plies that we've already put to work. £4.95. Already made your purchase today. This is what you've just purchased. These are fabulous. So exactly what you've seen Maggie working with right now is what you're getting here. Although Maggie, I will just highlight the fact we've got sparkly handles.
Oh, so you have.
Blue sparkly, perfect for Christmas. So there you go. There's your crimping pliers. The code for these is GDGX86. GDGX86. £4.95 is all you pay. And Maggie has literally, she just revolutionised my understanding of the tool today. So Maggie, you're using the crimping pliers
Right, so
to...
I've used the crimping pliers to crimp in here. Yep.
Okay.
And kind of put some other metal beads around it to kind of disguise it.
And the interesting thing is that you wouldn't know. You see, if you just used your flat nose pliers, you'd have seen that
You'd
it
have
was
squashed
flat.
it, yes.
Because you work with so many rounded beads,
It
that
kind
would be
of hides
so
it.
obvious, wouldn't it? But by doing the crimp bead tool, it gives still a rounded effect.
Yep.
Maggie, can you tell I love that tool now?
I'm gathering this,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm there, Maggie.
You know what you're going to get in your Christmas stocking this
Exactly.
year?
Like 10 of them. 10 of them. Not just one, I'll have 10.
Right, so that's one strand.
Okay.
Yeah. Ready. This strand here is the, what's this one? I forgot that.
It's Amazonite.
That's
this time
another
it's
Amazonite,
Brazilian.
right.
Yeah, this
Right.
time it's moved
Totally
from a different
different.
location.
So it's totally different in colour
Well,
and
this is the
everything.
interesting thing. If you think about Mother Nature, there is no boundaries, right? She doesn't have any kind of boxing in terms of colours. And one of the interesting things is that you can have an Amazonite, just like you can have any gemstone. You think of all the quartzes, and you've got smoky quartz, rose quartz, you've got amethyst, which is obviously a quartz, you've got citrine, that's a quartz. And actually, what you have to remember is in Mother Nature, right, colour isn't actually defined by the gem type that it is, but it's actually where you're sourcing it from, whether it's the heat, whether there's something else absorbed alongside it, because trace elements have a huge impact on the colour of gemstones. So when you're sourcing, in particular in location terms, it will often define the colour penetration. So if I knew of a Russian Amazonite, I'd kind of know what colour it's going to would be. But then if I went to Brazil, it would be a different colour texture.
Right.
Just like, again, let's go to quartz. If I went to Uruguay and I looked for amethyst, I'd expect it to be a chocolate box purple, and that's it. That's Uruguay. If I went to Brazil, I'd get a lighter tone. If I then went to Africa, I'd get another tone. And because of the location, you get different shades of colour. So when you're looking at those two gems, yes, they're the same gem type, but because they're sourced in different locations, either the temperature or the trace elements that are being absorbed around it will then influence the colour that you get. So that's the exciting thing, though. I think with Mother Nature, the complexities of colour range is astronomically exciting, and so when you're working with this kind of quality, it really, you're achieving such beauty because you're really capturing that natural quality of the gems.
Oh, they're just amazing, aren't they? I mean, all gems they're just fantastic.
But that, as you say, from the bright turquoises to then the darker greens, it's so different for the same gem. Amazing. Sorry, we moved.
That's okay. So I've threaded this one up, and you might have noticed in the middle here. Can you see that? Do you want me to tip this board up
slightly?
What
do you think?
In here, I've got one of those very large silver beads from the pack, findings pack. I'll explain why later. I've also kept out somewhere. Come to me, the very, very large central stone.
What am I looking for?
It's in here. I'm being so organised, I kept it in this little plastic bag.
And is that the biggest of all of the Amazonites?
That's the biggest of the Amazonites in the graduated rounds. Okay. And that's going to go on the top of the heart later on. So that's
okay, so you just put that to one side.
So I kept that to one side, yes. Then this one here is using those amazing agates. So
do you agree though?
Oh, they're stunning.
I genuinely, I'm looking at them and I'm just going, I've never seen agate like it. I've never seen colours like it from agate. They're glorious.
They're gorgeous. And
there is banding on them, so there is a banded finish. So I guess in many ways, eventually I would have guessed they were agate just based on the banding, but the colouring, never would have guessed.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, fabulous. You're going to love them.
So I've already threaded those up. Now in the kit, you get a finding like this. It's actually joined together, so it's two of the loops, and there's a toggle with it as well.
Yes,
somewhere.
with the extender cord, the toggle clasp.
Yeah. So I cut the chain off, so I can use it almost as like a connector instead. It's got a loop on either side, so you can use it for that. I've still got to cut the chain off completely. So I've threaded this one up. I've used 2 of the sterling silver spacers in here, another 2 are in here, and then there's another one that's going to go in the heart later.
Okay.
Right, so I'll just pop those on here.
This is very much a building up exercise, but you've got a lot of groundwork to do before you start building the necklace. It feels like you've done a lot of pre-prep of building up the different individual strands before you're then going to start building up the resulting necklace.
Exactly, so it's quite a time-consuming piece to make. It's, you know, it's not 5 minutes of a job, any.
You haven't made life easy for yourself, really, have you, live on TV?
I haven't, have I? No.
No.
Could be worse. It could be working with gemstone chips.
Yeah.
and forgetting my specs as well.
Yeah. And actually, that's interesting for you to say, but the helping hand probably would be quite a good way of giving a bit of ease on the visuals on this kind of design.
I'll be using it in a minute.
Ah, really? Okay.
Right, so crimping again at that end. Sliding them up.
That crimping tool is just ridiculously good.
Just cut this off. I'm sure I'm not the only person who's got to the end of their piece that they're making and discovered the wire sticking out, which you should have hidden. Right. And pop this on here as well.
Now I can just say to you, I've got limited availability of this. In fact, I could tell you I have got just a dozen left. That's it, a dozen, not even a baker's dozen. I've got a dozen left for you. Oh, if I say baker's, what does your head instantly think of? Sticky bun. And in my ear, I've got somebody going, oh, yes. It's Paula, our boss, has just come into the gallery. She says, I'm eating a banana, but oh my goodness me, I'm just thinking sticky bun. Oh, nice. A banana in a sticky bun. I'm not liking that. That's like making the sticky bun healthy. Why would you do that? If you're going to do it properly and just stick with the unhealthiness. Yeah, so, Mom said, yes, I've got a dozen left. I was thinking, why have I start talking about sticky buns? Yeah, it's got a dozen left, so if you do want to join us on this bundle, you have got a combination. £25.95. It's a combination of your 4 strands, including your 2 strands of Amazonite, that amazing agate, plus of course the turquoise, and on top of that you've also got 108 of your findings, the silver-plated copper findings, 108 findings. That is 108 findings. Fantastic offer. The turquoise is there. Of course the findings, it's the only time you can get the findings. I sold out on the single quantities last week, sold out in one offer. You didn't see them, just gone. Now I'm going to say to you, if you want the findings, this is probably the last time you're going to get it pre-Christmas. If we can get any more in it, certainly won't be to the quantities that we'd like to have. £25.95 is all you pay, and it's now down to single quantity figures. Oh, single quantity figures, it's last to stock. The code on this one is Yanka. A Yanka. I'm sure that's some kind of a Russian. Is this a? It's what? It's gone. Is it sold out? Okay, we've got literally just a handful left now. A handful left. Do we reckon that Yanka might be some kind of Russian word? Yanka. It sounds like we should have a shot going Yanka. Shall we?
What, Yanka?
Yanka.
With some vodka or something.
Yanka. So, you're just building up now?
I'm just building up, yes.
You're building it up, and you're adding in the clasp.
I'm adding.
Whee! I shall catch it.
Have you caught something? Thank you.
So you're just building up right now the singular strands and adding them to the toggle clasp.
So yes, I'm adding to the toggle clasp that I'm using as a connector.
Yeah, it's not actually going to be a toggle clasp in the actual design.
No, it's
but
not.
You're just using it as a connector.
And I've snipped my wire a bit short. Try and get it through a bead.
Or you're just giving it a bit of a tweak?
Yeah, I'm just kind of moving it along a little bit.
Yeah.
See, and now it wants to go through 2 beads.
Do you find yourself talking to it sometimes, going, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, sometimes I use other words than what are you doing? Yeah.
I can't imagine that. I can't believe that you would say that, Maggie.
Sometimes I do. Try and clip that in as close as I can in there. Right, okay.
So
that's 2 added. This one here I can clip also. I usually use my nails, that's why I'm in such horrible condition, so I use it for poking in the little bits of the ends. Right, then this one here. Now, to try and, because I've got this really complex little bit of chain in there, can you see the chain that's all scrunched up? Yeah. So I'm putting 2 on one side of one of the little loops. That chain, yeah.
Yeah, running through. It's almost like you've plaited it into the gemstones.
Yeah, I've kind of interwoven it through, yeah.
They've made your life easy, really, haven't you?
It's not easy at all. Yeah. But it's basic techniques, most of it. It's just I've just overcomplicated them. Right, so I'll just pop this crimp on here at this end. Oops, come here. Right, so I've put 1 on one side and the other 2 on the other side, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'll cut that off a bit.
Can I just say now, for those of you who do want this bundle, we genuinely have got just a handful left. So if you do want to join us, I've got people on the phone line still waiting. So if you want to join us, we're in single quantity figures. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. And we're about to move on from this bundle, and I don't know whether there'll be any time for us to come back on it. So if you do want it, make your purchase now. It's your turquoise, and it comes with the findings, and you get all of the other featured gemstones that you can see that Maggie's worked with. It's the last of stock for $25.95.
Ah, right. Let me put this on.
So where are we now, Maggie? What are we up
I'm now
to?
fixing the... Trying to find... There we go. I'm now fixing the kind of doubled up strand.
Okay. And how... I can see that you've left some thread there. Are you doing that on purpose to give a little bit of length? Or is it going to be... Is that going to be tighter?
It's going to be tightened up, yeah.
Got you.
So I'll tighten it up at this end.
And again, you're using the crimping
pliers,
tool.
yep.
Yeah. Closing it off.
Usual techniques that you'd use. Right. Okay. Because I've already crimped this, they won't slide along, so I've got to cut this off and re-add it on a little bit.
Okay. Now, while we're at it, and I'll just pick up while Maggie's doing that. Is that right? Is that all right, Maggie? Or do people need to see this bit?
They don't need to see this bit. No. If
Okay.
you get something else, that's
You
great.
sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. Let me just introduce you to. I've only got 5 left of this bundle, do I? Okay. And I've got 4 people on the phone. So effectively, I've got 1 left. Are you going to be the lucky one? Is it you? If it is, it's yours for the taking, $25.95. It's you. If you're going to join us, well, now is the time to do so. I think I'm right in saying I've got 1 left, 1 bundle left. I kind of would like it to be a sellout, so if you do want to join us and get the very last one, yours for the taking for £25.95. I've got 1 more person on those phone lines, or of course 1 person who wants to join us on the web, whichever way you're going to do. Click buy now and it's yours for the taking for just £25.95. Make sure you check out your basket. Now then, oh, it's a little bit lower there, did you see that? Oh. Right, we've got another bundle for you while Maggie's just fixing up her jewellery. We will, of course, we'll keep on stepping into Maggie's demo in a second. But while she's just fixing up what she needs to do, how about we give you this amazing vintage inspiration? Feels like a bit of a country cottage garden feel about it. In an English country garden. Definitely got that country garden feel about it. You know who I think of when I see these colours? Truly Scrumptious from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I do. So they've all got, everyone very quiet, just gone, right. But really feminine, very English, very soft and subtle. And that's what I feel like that this is. Truly Scrumptious. You've got that feminine sophistication, and we're not just stopping here. You've got there a beautiful look of your green aventurine. These are your faceted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-sided. So that's an octagon. Just checking. Octagon, elongated octagon though, really. And then you've got your rectangles of your rose quartz. Beautiful shapes, really nice, almost Gatsby feel about it, isn't it? That's what I mean by English country garden. It's very much about that femininity, the silks and the satins, the flow of the material matching, the delicacy and the gentility of the colour tones. Beautiful, beautiful sophistication. Now, talking of sophisticated, if you're going to go for that almost English gentry kind of flair to your jewellery, then you need to be working with the appropriate gemstones, and you're definitely going to have the chance to be able to do that here with these glorious and very, very appropriate for anybody who's looking to make their jewellery stand out. You have here these fabulous bales. Now, these are basically making your life very easy because, can you see how there's a little clamp just sat there? Now, open that up. Place your gemstone, that's probably got to have some kind of top drill detailing. Place it in there, close it up, and you've got yourself a pendant. That's it, job done. That's it. You see? So you've got your little bale there. And you're going to get 5 of those So 5 of those in total, plus you're going to get one of our fantastic connectors. Now these are rose gold finished in our findings, and of course we all know we've got something big happening with our rose gold findings coming up shortly. You're getting 108 findings later on, but nothing like this, and nothing like this, but they would match very, very well indeed if you get 2 of your sterling silver rose gold finished. Oh, they would look amazing as rings. What about that? About putting that as like a sovereign ring. You could even start to place a few gemstones, you know, just add a bit of detail, and what a look that would be on the hand. A little bit of wire, job's a good one. You've got here a big opportunity, We do have wire coming up if you don't already have it. This will be a great way to really add to your jewellery making potential. You've got your sterling silver connectors, you have your bales, and you've also got, oh, I've just noticed, look at the, oh, well, look, we're back to the English country garden, because I just noticed the bales are decorative and they're tulips. Ah. It literally is the English country garden in a fantastic bundle. Yours for the taking with a vintage beauty flair. Fantastic opportunity. Get that Gatsby design to your jewellery for one price tag. 2 strands of gemstones, plus the bales and your connectors for one price tag. And the price is just £22.95. If you would like to join us, 0800 644 655 is the number to dial, and you can join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. Feminine, sophisticated, most definitely got that Gatsby impact from the shapes and the flair of the gems themselves to, of course, the findings in sterling silver. Add that rose gold luxury as well, and we have got that huge deal, less than £10 for 108 rose gold findings very, very soon indeed. I know there's a lot of anticipation mounting for that big deal offer. We did the 108 findings last week in the silver plated, and they flew out to the point where it was just such a short period of time we thought that something had gone wrong with our systems. They sold out so quickly, but now massive popularity in our 108 finding pack in the silver last week, where we've got the rose gold pack this time, and actually nowhere near the quantity I had last week. So if you want it, you've got to be prepared for it. And of course, we all know rose gold is the colour of the moment. It is the colour that everybody's adding in terms of the fashion world. It started off with a very, very, very big watch manufacturer, beginning with an R and ending with an X. They made one deluxe limited edition watch. The watch sold for a considerable amount of money, as you would expect. And because it was unlimited, everybody wanted it and not everybody could have it. From that point onwards, rose gold has hit the jewellery trends, and it's got bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where we're now at that there is some huge makers of not just jewellery, but actually fashion items and accessories that are selling for considerable money. And I'm talking literally hundreds of thousands of pounds rose gold is selling at the moment, because it's the metal of choice from some of the big designers. So if you're going to do it now. £22.95 is all you pay. How are you? All
right,
done?
Great. Yep, let me explain about this next bit.
Okay. So
right.
Let me just explain where you've got to, so I know what, because I'm obviously we've picked up, you've organised what you needed to organise, you've multi-stranded onto
the toggle clasp, which I'm using as a connector.
Okay.
Yep. Now what you need to do is twist this, and I find the easiest way of twisting it is turning it around like this. Yep. Then that puts an automatic twist in it. Yep. You don't want a lot of twist, otherwise it's not going to, it's going to be too tight. So that's a couple of twists. I'll just put a third one in.
So just twist it.
So all I've done is twisted it inside out.
Yep.
Yep. And that does the job. That does the job adequately for what we're doing here.
Okay.
And now what I want to do, this is where I make life difficult. This is the thread, the chain. In the pack, you get a length of chain. It's about 1 metre.
That's right.
So what I did is I cut it in half, and I used half of it for this part here.
Okay.
I then, for some ridiculous reason, I then threaded elastic cord through it.
Elastic.
Elastic, yeah. I thought that seemed a good idea at the time. An easy way of doing it is to get a piece of wire or a head pin, put the elastic through it. Can you see that there? Put the elastic through it. Yeah. Twist it tight, and then use that like a needle.
Excuse me.
So you can actually, shall I move that out of the way? So you can actually kind of weave it in and out as if you were stitching something. So rather than sitting for ages putting the elastic cord through by hand, which you will do, it'll work fine like that. But you can then, of course, it scrunches up.
Yeah.
So that's just a sort of slightly easier way of doing it.
Yeah, in and out, it's like you're sewing.
It's like you're sewing, just stitching in and out, yeah.
Brilliant.
Right, so what I've done at this end, and it's facing me, so I'll try and twist it around, is I've tied it on here. Now, as we know, with elastic, it comes apart, so you do need to put a drop of super glue on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you've actually fastened it onto
I fastened
one
it
of
with
the main
I fastened the
connectors.
chain on with onto one of the connectors,
Right.
connector rings,
Yeah.
and I've tied the elastic round, and that really needs to be as tight as you can get it.
Yeah.
With a drop of super glue on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
or nail varnish.
Or nail varnish.
Clear nail varnish.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe green nail varnish would be good.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not? You're using the helping hands
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Is that just because literally you haven't got enough hands? And
No, I want to raise it up so I can see what I'm doing better. So rather than doing it flat, in this particular instance, it's very 3D.
Yeah.
So that's why, and I want to put the chain in and out and round about. And so that's why I'm using the helping hands.
Makes sense. And the helping hands is available on our website. You can access it. Oh, we've got it. £4.95 our helping hands. So for less than a £5, you've got a tool that will make life a lot easier. And you can see how we're really using it to its very best of its ability right now.
They're great for things like charm bracelets as well, where you want to suspend droppers and charms. And that's what I use mine a lot for also.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right, so I've put on the end of here, I've put another little jump ring, so that'll be ready to fix onto the left-hand side when I get along there. So it's not terribly tight, it sort of moves along, which is fine, that's what it does. It's a bit like those bracelets that have been out for a while. So I'm just sliding the links along a little bit, spreading them out a bit, but if they move back, it doesn't really matter because that's part of what we're doing.
Yes, the charm of the designers is that it's moving with you. That helping hands, just to see, as you can see on the screen now, EBZX40. The helping hands, a fantastic tool, fantastic to make. It doesn't just come with the pincers. It also comes with your magnifying glass. Oh, thank you, Maggie, demonstrating it beautifully. So if you do need to work with the intricacy of maybe you're working with smaller beads and you want to create some intricate weaves, you could do so on with the help of the helping hands for less than £5. A tool that has proven itself to be incredibly helpful. It's your helping hands for £4.95. I do have cues on the lines for that one. Add to your order, of course, it's 1p&p for the whole day of just £2.95. 1p&p, and you can add as many times as you like. Of course, from 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock, you've got your Miss Out show. That's now available on Freeview Channel 50 with Ed. So you've got plenty of time to keep on making the most of your postage and packing. So if you like the idea of getting great stock and filler prices, well, isn't it? For somebody who perhaps is already into jewellery making and you want to buy them a gift, and your budget's limited to £5, well, I don't think there's a better way to treat them. £4.95 is all you pay. That is your helping hands, £4.95.
Right, so I've threaded it in and out, moved it along a little bit, scrunched it up a bit, and that's helping to keep the whole lot together, as well as giving a slight metallic element to it. So now at this end, I've already fixed a jump ring onto the end of the chain, although the elastic is free. So I'm just going to fix that jump ring onto this little loop here. Ooh. It happens, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm going to I'll try it the other way around. Through the loop
Which
first.
is why you need the helping hands, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to add it all together, would you? See, the thing is if you didn't have a helping hand, you'd have to go next door to the neighbour and say, "Can you give us a hand, please?" They'd be like that, pretend they'd turn the lights off every time they saw you coming like that. Not again. I'm not going to be the helping hands again. Then at Christmas time, they'll actually give you a gift, and it'll be the helping hands going, "And don't knock at my door again."
So I've tightened it up a little bit so it's not too slack.
Lovely.
And then some sort of knot. Surgeon's knots apparently are the best knots to use, but I don't know how to do a surgeon's knot properly, so I'm just doing any old knot. Something I hope will stick.
Okay, so you just keep knotting until you stop?
Until I stop, yes. Get as many turns in as you can.
Okay.
And obviously the super glue or the
nail varnish.
Or the nail varnish will hold that in place. Right.
That looks gorgeous.
Right, so I'm going to take it off. Right. Yeah, that's great. So, as it's worn, it would be like that, with that silver bead
at the centre.
That's been sneakily put in there to show me where the centre is, so I don't forget about it. Now, when you were showing off when you were describing some of the other products, this is the heart. And this heart's, I've never seen anything like it before. This heart's fabulous.
Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Because you've got those 5 hanging loops up here, so you can suspend things from them. Inside, if you can manage to see that, can you see inside there? There's a jump ring, and so you could actually thread up and down, sort of like in a sunray pattern, sort of like that. You could actually do that as well. And it's got holes in the top, and it's got holes in the bottom. I've concentrated on using the top part here, and so as you can see on the one that I've made previously, which, can I just turn it around? There we go. So it's got some of the little, the Russian
Amazonite.
Thank you. The Russian Amazonite on there, and one of the silver beads as well. So there are 5 of the silver beads in the pack. Here we go. So I put the silver bead onto the middle. So using the head pins that are in the findings pack, and just pop this on here.
And the size of that centre pendant, the size of that pendant itself is actually going to be a feature. That's going to be the main focal point, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And then that big gemstone that you said that you kept, that's just sitting just above the cleft.
Yes.
Part of my my gem training.
Yeah.
As part of becoming a trained professional in the jewellery industry with the GIO, which is the Gemological Institute of Beauty, you have to know the names of all of the shapes of all of the gemstones. Because there's each shape of a gemstone has a different name for each part of it. So like there's the drop in the heart is the cleft, and then we've got the belly, and then so you have to know all of the names of all of the different aspects of a shape. And it's just a shape. So rather than just a shape with facets, it's a shape with different types of facets. So like that bit there is the cleft, and then it's all got. Who knew that? Wings? This is the wing.
I suppose that makes sense. But I'd never have thought of that.
No, me neither.
No.
And at the time when I was studying, I was thinking, surely I don't need to know this. Surely a shape can just be a shape. It doesn't have to have the names of shapes. No, apparently it does. There you go.
Right, so I'm working kind of through the back. Similar to before, if you put them through the back, then you don't see hopefully don't see the join as much, so it just gives a neater finish.
And so you're just putting all of the different, you've created all of the additional,
just
like
those
charms,
little
aren't they?
Yeah, like little droppers. So I'm going to do this another way there. I think that might be easier, yeah.
Now I'm just wondering, instead of adding the Amazonite, right, if you were going to really indulge, and of course we've got this amazing shading of green, how about we added the emerald?
Oh yes.
Instead.
Yes, you could, because those beads are standing out individually. They're not being hidden with a lot of other beads, and because they're standing out,
it's like you would be framing the emerald.
Exactly, yeah, and you get really good. It's got visual value for them.
Can you see some of these in here? Absolutely exceptional. Those would be perfect for drops. They would be perfect for drops. Absolutely magnificent. Now, I also would highlight the fact that if you're going to get this matrix, which I promise you will want to get when you see the price tag, and you bought these bales, well, you've got there your faceted top drilled emerald. Why wouldn't you just add a bale and have an emerald pendant for yourself? That would be fabulous, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely fabulous. So you've got the chance, if you got the classic vintage combination with the rose gold, you've got an opportunity here to really make that go further with this one box. But also, if you wanted to add detail, like Maggie's doing to this neckline piece with that center heart shape, and you wanted, instead of using the Amazonite, why not actually go to town and really add that addition of something, probably one of the most prestigious gemstones to work with within the jewelry industry. I think if you went to most jewelers' shops across the world, then emerald would be one of their highlights, their focals. It is a precious gemstone. It's not semi-precious, it's classified as a precious gemstone, which means it gives added kudos to the jewelry that you're creating. And I'm sure for a lot of people who get started into jewelry making, the thought of working with a genuine emerald probably isn't even in your spectrum.
Oh, absolutely not. No, you just wouldn't do, would you?
No, because you don't expect
because
that
you
you'd
don't
have
expect
the
you could
chance.
afford them. Yeah.
Exactly, and I think it is cost. You know, I do believe that I do believe jewelry makers are incredibly savvy, incredibly thoughtful about the pricing of things, and rightly so, because jewelry making is so cost effective. When you've learned a talent like making jewelry, and then you can buy genuine gemstones as cost effectively as you can here, you suddenly become so much more effective in terms of making your money go further. And therefore, you probably then go, well, surely I can't afford to then push the boundaries to emerald until something like this comes along. And this is when it really does. It just shows you how hard we work for you. This is not bead quality, it's gem quality emerald that I'm offering you. You will get your certificate of authenticity. You can download those for free alongside the product code that you've got here, REVX11, and that's your product code. If you want to get this, it's the real deal, and we are revving up for that price tag. You've got a big opportunity. It's your emerald, 170 carats. Forget gem quality. This is top grade, what we would classify as high draw. The top draw of gemstones that we have here. Certainly in case of Jewellery Maker, we've not had this grade of emerald before. You've got a real chance and a half. 170 carats. It's not even that we've scrimped on the quality of this. It is the colour of the year. Of course, it's not just that it's the gem of the year, it's the colour of the year that you're going to be working with, which just adds another layer of desirability. It's a big chance to make a big impact. Your precious gemstones are yours today for less than £20. Less than £20. It's the kind of deal that you come to Jewellery Maker and hope for, but never expect to happen until you, of course, you tune in. And then, you know, when you're tuning into our live shows, you really are, it's almost purchasing. Opportunistic? Is that the word? Opportunist. Opportunistic, there is a word called that, good. Opportunistic purchasing, because you can purchase this on our website, but I cannot guarantee that the price tag will be $19.95. You tune into the live shows, you're pretty much guaranteed to get better pricing. You know, we'll push the boundaries that little bit further. They won't last, the prices are only on with the live shows only, and then of course the website is a totally static environment for pricing. So if you're going to buy on our live shows, you really are getting the time to get the deal, the opportunity. Now I'm feeling that I need to get some of these out to show you how much of a grade you were looking at here. Absolutely extraordinary qualities. I'm going to pick up this one just so I can show you if I can. I'm hoping I can get hold of it like so. It can. Yep, there you go. This is what I mean by high grade gem. Look at that. Wow. How exciting. Not just have you got the plain beauty of emerald, you've also got a faceted centre stone. I mean, just those sitting in a pair of earrings, add one single shepherd hook and you've got yourself something so exciting as a centerpiece for your collection. Then on top of that, let me show you some more of these. You've got also rondelles, you've got some nice nuggets, you've got rounds as well. You've got them all together in one deal. These are big gems as well. Many of these are real feature size. If I hold that one in my hand, I mean, look at that. Look at the size of that. And this is not the kind of opportunity that we can offer every single day of the week here at Jewellery Maker. We'd like to, but it's just not the case. We work very hard to get you feature gemstones into your jewellery making collection, but not like this, not to an everyday opportunity. And then I guess in some ways when you think of emerald, you don't just think about jewellery, you think almost heritage items. You know, something that, well, I guess for myself, since I've had children, my buying of jewellery has changed 100%, because I'm not just buying for me these days, I'm buying for my kids. I'm buying with the intention of hopefully my children having the jewellery that I treasure, and then their children having the jewellery that I've treasured. And actually, when you're working with genuine gemstones of this grade, of this highly prized aspect, then I think in some ways you really are looking at jewellery that could last you a lifetime, jewellery that could be a family's lifetime. And I think when you're adding things like your rose gold to add that luxury edge, that's when you're really getting a sense of how much quality we are bringing you here. You've got a chance to really make a difference. It's the colour of the year as well, and that's another thing that we've talked about, having jewellery that could be a lifetime of wearability, a family's lifetime. But if you want to talk about fashion to the here and now, this very moment, this is the colour of the year. This has been graded by one of the biggest colour companies in the world for fashion as the colour of the year. Emerald is the colour, and look at this. All yours for one price tag. You can see the quality, you can see the opportunity. It's yours for the taking for just £19.95. I know there's a lot of people responding. And Maggie, when you start to see gems like this, again, in terms of creative, it's one thing to look at gems like this and get excited about what you're going to do with them. But in some ways, in terms of business, you know, turning on the lady who has to make money for a living to make jewellery, surely this is something that adds that extra layer.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about it, you could take out 2 of those, make a really gorgeous little pair of earrings.
Exactly.
And I don't know how much you'd sell them for, but a lot. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you've got so many different gemstones in there. I mean, how many pairs of earrings would you get out of that box?
And that's the interesting thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, quickly, just to finish off, we've literally got 30 seconds to just catch up to the very end.
To the very end, right? Okay. While you were doing that, I've put the heart on, so I suspended it.
Yes,
from
you just
that
dropped in there.
From that metal bead.
Can we hold that a little bit further down?
From that metal bead in the middle, so I suspended that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that part of it finished. Then the one bit that goes around the neck, that's actually plaited. So it's 3 strands of wire and plaiting it, and then obviously fixed on the back, which is the I keep on saying the lifebuoy clasp, but it's not a lifebuoy, it's a life belt clasp.
Just look like that, I know exactly what you mean.
And I put that on the back, and then fixed them all on to the final loop on the connector at the front. So that's how I completed that one.
Such an incredible looking piece of jewellery. Fabulous look.
Sorry.
Congratulations if you have joined us and got that amazing combination of gemstones, the turquoise. I think I might have 1 bundle left of that, so if you want it, you need to grab it straight away. On top of that, congratulations, you got the emerald to add in that added luxury. It's your precious emerald, available for just less than £20. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that inspiration.
Oh, no, it's been great.
Beautiful step-by-step instructions. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Plenty more coming up straight after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Tune into Jewellery Maker for our Miss It, Miss Out show. Every day between 5 and 9 PM on Freeview Channel 50. Don't miss it or you'll miss out.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
Come and join guest designer Laura Binding on our intermediate wirework course. The aim of the course is to enhance your wirework skills and take your designs to the next level. You will learn more advanced weaving and binding techniques, which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework Tutorial DVD Edition 3, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Welcome back, and lovely to have your company here on your Designer Inspiration show. We have got another hour to bring you some extraordinary deals. And for those of you who've been texting in and emailing going, please, 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 what about this wire? It's coming up now. Now, you've been waiting, you've been asking, and it's now that we're going to bring it to you. And for those of you who are waiting, eagerly anticipating this fantastic 108 findings pack, it's coming up as well. Very, very exciting. We sold out on a very similar, in fact exactly the same quantity in terms of the number of findings in the pack, in the silver plated, in a matter of seconds. I mean, genuinely seconds. What happened was is that we put them on air, and we brought obviously the price in, and it's this pack of 108 findings is going to less than a tenner. And we've refreshed our computer to find out, you know, how the quantity was going. And as we refreshed, we thought that the graphics, and we thought all of our system had crashed because it had gone straight down in terms of quantity, so such a big amount. We thought that obviously there was some kind of mistake. It wasn't. It was just that they'd sold that quickly. That's how good the price is on this pack. 108 findings. Be ready for it. It's coming very, very soon. And to match alongside it, and to be honest, it couldn't be any better in terms of the colour combination. I've got your copper coloured wire, and I'm going to just get the chain alongside it so you can see how our rose gold chain matches alongside the copper colour wire. They were made for each other, made for each other, like a perfect match. They were made for each other, yeah. Sorry. If you're going to get one, you get the other. I shan't sing again, I promise. We have got for you a big deal, big deal for you. Let's go for it. Loads of people asking about this wire. I think there's a lot of people excited about the kind of deal that we can do on our bumper packs of wire. Here you've got a combination of 100 meters of your 1mm gauge. Now, of course, the copper coloured wire, as you can see, has got this real rose gold tint to it, and that's what's so nice about it, because for anybody who wants to get a rose gold finish to their jewellery without having to spend a fortune on rose gold finish, this is the wire that's for you. 1mm gauge, an essential to anybody who wants structural designs. If you're looking for real strength and a finesse to your jewellery, a real as a dynamic to your jewellery, 1mm gauge wire is essential. Adding in a little bit more of a flexibility, but still potentially structural, but actually much more versatile if you want to weave, etc. You can do so with your 0.6mm gauge. That's sitting right in the middle perfectly. And then topping it off, you've got your 0.25mm gauge wire. For those of you who have watched any of our wire workers, certainly some of our brand new wire workers within our design team, I'm sure you'll see that the 0.25 is so effective for weaving, binding. One of those that you can really get detail, intricacy of style. Threading, of course, you can do so with the 0.25 as well. 100 meters, so in total we're offering you 300 meters of wire. Rose gold finish, I'd actually say it's definitely got a rose. In fact, I'll put the rose gold alongside it again, just so you can see. I won't sing the song, but you can see very similar colouring, very similar indeed. They're going to work very nicely as a matching combination. So if you're going to get one, I'd certainly think you should get the other. So if you're going to get the wire, get the, of course, the finest packs that's coming up, get the finer pack. Why not get the wire and start working with this amazing combination of the look of the moment, and a look of the moment that you just can't afford to miss out on. This is your copper coloured wire, 300 meters of wire in total, 1mm, 0.6 and your 0.25 for one price tag. Should be $49.95. But you know what? We're not doing what we should be doing today. You've got the gist that actually many of the deals that we've done today, we want to push our boundaries. Forget 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 40. I can't even get there in time for us to drop it in. £39, a massive drop, a big saving for you today on our wire. $39.95 is all you pay for 300 meters. I mean, 300 meters is a It is a huge amount of wire. And actually, for those of you who are just getting started into wire, you're going, well, surely I don't need that much. I tell you what, once you get started into wire work, there is no end to the opportunity. And if you did get, now it's probably being put away by now, but you know those gorgeous rose gold connectors in the vintage design with the rose gold, with the rose quartz and also the aventurine, and we had those beautiful decorative, and we said they would look great in a ring. They could be like a sovereign ring style, where all you needed is the wire. Here you've got it, you've got the wire. And of course this is the type of wire that really will be versatile for years to come. It's not just about getting wire for a couple of weeks of jewellery making. This could be genuinely lasting you for a very, 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 let's think 2014. This could be the wire for your 2014 creativity. This could be the one ingredient that really unleashes all of your design potential. For £39.95 you've got a saving that really is a now or never opportunity. Can't guarantee we'll drop prices like this ever again. $39.95 is already paid. Congratulations if you tuned in. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. It is a free phone number. If you find yourself holding on those lines, please do be patient. We'll process your call as fast as we can. You can join us at jewellerymaker.com. Make sure if you're purchasing with us here live on Jewellery Maker, you need to head to our live stream, click on the live stream, and then go to the Buy Now section. So click on your Buy Now, and that's how you make your purchases for these prices. If you go down direct to our static website, I can't guarantee the prices will match what you've got here and now on our live show. That's why you need to go to the live stream, because that's the only way we can give you these kind of deals. Okay, if you go to our static website, there's every chance you'll pay more for these, which is why you've got to purchase on the moment of our live shows. I'm not saying anything other than our website is spectacularly well priced on a day-to-day basis, but you want to get those extra special deals, the pushing the boundaries deals, then you come to the live show and you buy within this moment. $39.95. Now, if you get the wire, I've said I think you need to get the findings, and we are going to get to the findings right now. Please, please, pretty please don't underestimate what is about to happen. Please understand that the last time I had anything like this type of findings pack on air, I sold out like that, to the point where we thought the system had actually had an error, because the quantity dropped so quickly from a decent quantity of hundreds to quite simply a dozen left, and it went in seconds. You've got to be prepared that this will be exactly the same principle. If you don't buy sooner rather than later, there's every chance you miss out. I want to make sure that you get this one sooner rather than later. Holding off on this and finding out the price and then making your purchase could be the difference between you getting this or not getting it. If you want to join us, I've already told you I'm going to do 108 findings for you for less than £10. Less than £10 for 108 findings. You're getting a combination including your amazing chain, essentials like head pins and eye pins and jump rings, crimp beads and crimp bead, but you're also going to get these little bit of essentials to add detail, things like your spacer beads, not just every spacer bead, but you're getting here small, medium, large and extra large spacer beads. That takes you to 108 pieces. Jump rings, and of course you're getting shepherd hooks, you're getting your cord endings with extender, you're also getting your toggle clasp. All of this is part of your findings pack. It's rose gold that you're getting on this detail, and of course we all know that rose gold is the colour of metal to work with at the moment. I don't know whether you saw in the news just a couple of weeks ago, an amazing lot came up in, I was about to say the name of the auction house there. Yes, in New York, I shall say. And one pair of ear pods, which are like the headphones, you know, for those technological devices, right? One pair of our ear pods in rose gold sold, and you'll never guess how much. Ryan, how much? Is it more than 3 figures? Ryan? What do you reckon? How much? $461,000. One pair of rose gold. Yeah, those. That's it. Just one of those. And Ryan's got one in his ear now. You know, like when you listen to a stereo and you have the little ear pods that go into your ear, right? One of those in rose gold, $461,000. That works out at, I did it in math, £282,000. £282,000. Over 50 have already been allocated on this. Rose gold is the colour of the moment. It's the look of the moment. It's selling at multiples of thousands of dollars in auction houses across the world. The big designers love it, and so do we here at Jewellery Maker. We'll love it even more when we can do a deal for 108 findings, less than a tenner. And we're not talking $9.95. Oh yes! All hail Jewellery Maker. £7.95 for 108 findings. I think the same is going to happen. I've got people mega buying, which means they're buying 2s and 3s of this set pack, because there's every chance you won't get another pack like it before Christmas. If you're going to buy it now and buy it in bulk. £7.95 is all you pay it to go, go, go. Another second sellout deal, absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The system can't keep up with the number of people who are making the purchase on this deal. It's a first come, first served deal that we can offer you. Of course, if you were the 50th person to pick up the phones, you'll be the 50th person to be answered. And if you are, there's every chance that you won't get this deal for this price tag. £7.95 for over 100 findings, including spacer beads, which add detail and real quality luxury, but also things like essentials, head pins and eye pins and jump rings, etc. £7.95. Rose gold is the designer look of the moment. If you start to consider one pair of iPod earrings, or those earphone type of things that go in, one pair of those in an auction house, and it was literally just about, where are we now? About 2 weeks ago in New York, $461,000. I know, crazy money. Who's got that kind of money? I can buy a house. I know what I'll do. I shall buy some earphones. Or should I buy a house? At £795. £795 pennies is all you're paying, or even £7.95 is perhaps a more conventional way to put it. If you do want to join us, you've got to add to your order today. It's a single postage and packing that you're paying of £2.95, and you do get a money-back guarantee that's extended to the 31st of January. Do I think you need that length of time to get this home and see the value? No. I think you probably need about 30 seconds to realise the value that you've received in this opportunity. But of course, the nice thing is that you have got that security blanket of making a decision within the comfort of your own home once you've got it home. £7.95. £7.95. Hey, I learned something. It's actually, you know, when you think that it's your statutory rights to return something if you don't want it, if you go to a shop, apparently that's not true. I learned it on the radio today. It's not true. It's no, if it's the only reason that you have to that a company has to offer you a refund is if the product's faulty. It's just in good grace if they refund on any other reason. So we're obviously being very graceful, because we don't just give you a money-back guarantee with a no quibble and no questions reliability on that. We're also extending the money-back guarantee to the 31st of January. It's all giving here at Jewellery Maker. £7.95. If you want to join us, now's the time to do so. Well over 3/4 of the stock has been allocated on this deal, and we're waiting for the final confirmations to come through. If you haven't made your purchase, yes, I don't know what kind of queues I've got on the phone lines, but what I do know is that you'll need to be patient, because I guarantee you, if you're going to get it, you just need to invest your time on those phone lines. Of course, it's an investment of time, not your money, because it is a free phone number that you're dialing. Definitely worth giving us your time on those lines, and you'll get a fantastic customer service team offering you some amazing support as well. And if you want to know any more about the company, of course, don't forget you can learn all about us and get some fantastic free tutorials on our website, www.jewellerymaker.com. And of course, if you make your first purchase with us today, you get a free tutorial booklet and a DVD for doing so. £7.95 is all you pay for your rose gold flash copper cord end findings kit. Oh, that's a funny way to put it, isn't it? Rose gold flash copper cord endings finder. It's not really cord end findings kit. You do get cord ends in the findings kit, but it's not just cord ends, is it? It's a lot more to boot. You're getting wires, you've got you're getting it's a very odd I just want to highlight that just in case people are reading that and just tuning in and go, what's that about? It's your cord end findings kit is not the best way for us to have described it, and I'll put my hands up on that. I will speak to whoever it is, just because I don't want anybody to get any other impression other than you're getting a full range of findings from 1 metre of chain, plus you're getting toggle clasps, and you are getting cord endings. You're getting 3 pairs or 3 sets of your cord endings, but you're also getting shepherd hooks, you're getting jump rings, you're getting spacer beads in the small, medium, large and extra large size. Congratulations, you got us. I've got less than 20 left in a quantity that was pretty significant. I have got 20. I've got somebody who has bought 5 packs on this. That's somebody who knows their stuff, knows the pricing that we've done is not going to hang around. So well done to you. Hold those lines in £7.95. I'm on the last of stock for that one. Huge congratulations. And I did show you the wire together, but I'll do it quickly one more time so you can see if you've got the rose gold findings, how nicely it does go with our copper wire. It does go very, very nicely. I think the copper wire's got a little bit of a higher refractive reflection rate, but as you can see there, it does complement very nicely with the beauty of the rose gold. Very pretty. Do you work with rose gold often, Maggie?
Only occasionally. I tend to work with silver more than anything, I think. But as you say, it's really kind of now at the moment, isn't it, rose gold? It's just so, it is enormous, isn't it?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, to the point where, really, I think it's one of those that nobody could have predicted just how big it was going to be.
Didn't it? Yeah.
And how quickly it happened from what is really a very small stimulus, which was one brand of one watch that had a tiny
But it's amazing
exclusive.
How that happens sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, when you look at some of the fashion things that happen, and it's many of the fashion designers, they come out with this, right, we're going to go big for tassels, and they might do one kind of extra feature that then everybody pulls onto, and that becomes much more of the fashion icon than the tassels. So yeah, it is interesting how fashion's a wonderful thing.
Oh, it's incredible, isn't it?
Or is it weird? I don't know. Do hold on the lines for that last of stock. I have less than 20 available for the last of those 108 findings. Now then, let's you know what I haven't done? You know what I haven't done is that give you a bit of a heads up for some of my brand new strands, and I've got, less than 40 minutes live on air, and I haven't even had a chance. We want to take you into a winter wonderland with our brand new strands today, so I need a little bit of jingle bell music. Have you got Christmas bells? Are you playing it? I can't hear it. Oh, we're trying to play it. Yay! That's it. I wanted the festive music because these are all festively inspired strands, aren't they? Frosted feel. Yes, we had snowflakes up in the northeast when I left the house first thing this morning, and I just think that when you start to see this kind of a frosted finish, ooh, it just takes you into a winter wonderland, doesn't it? Winter wonderland, not even winter wonderland. Walking in the winter wonderland. You have it. Where should we start? Which one do we want to go for? Let's go for these fantastically designed, elongated drops. In some ways, part of you thinks that they don't need a lot doing to them other than just placing them on another strand like that. And in some ways, when you start to see strands like this, you then want to go, ooh, now how far could I take my design capabilities to really optimise on the dynamic of the shapes that you have here? Because they're extended like icicles almost, aren't they? And of course, we haven't had icicles in the northeast yet, but I tell you what, I reckon they're coming. I've been told that coming up in the next couple of weeks, icicles are definitely be brewing in the northeast. Oh, I've even got my thermals on today. Look, I'll show you. Right, I've got the dress on. But watch this. Look, glamorous. And then ready? You have to go down, Ryan. Watch. Yay! Oh, I've got the thermals on. I tell you what, this morning when I left the house, the last thing I thought was, let's go glamorous. Oh, I'll go glamorous today. I was like, how do I get warm? How do I get warm? As I was sneezing and leaving the house, waking the children up with my massive sneezes. So yes, go thermal, Sana. Go thermal, go thermal. We've definitely got frosted. Oh, and apparently we can't get these on air. I'm so sorry. We're doing our best to try and get that sorted. We'll try and get that sorted. I tell you what, let's do should we do one of these lovely carved leaves? Should we do our carved leaves? Let's have a quick sneaky peek. Not working. Oh no. Okay. I tell you what. Let's move on then. Which one shall we go? Okay, let's see how we can get. Yes, no, I did see these coming. Please, could I have a black board? Oh, yeah, there's a black board under there, but I can't actually reach it. Look at this combination of shape, and it is a shape that really, really lends itself to a variety of design. But in particular, for those of you who have heard of peyote stitch, these are perfect. Now we are just suffering from a little bit of a graphical glitch at the moment, so I'm just going to talk you through these. I make apologies that we're just suffering a bit, but it's all right, that's cool. We can carry on. Just take a look at. Oh, look! I thought that was it, and I'd like tip them all out, and then actually there's loads more. Woo! Now, have you heard of peyote stitch? Maggie, have you ever done peyote?
No, I haven't. I'm just about managing to get to grips with something called right-angled weave, so I've not tried peyote yet.
Oh, now then, tell me, would you use cubes for the right-angle weave then? Because of the grid formation. Does right-angle weave create the grid?
Yeah, it's one that sort of... It's how you make the beaded beads, for example. That's a version of right-angled weave. Got you.
So now,
I don't know if it'd work or not.
If you've heard of peyote, or if you've heard of the stitching of your gemstones, one of the nicest things about the shape of these stones is that they create this amazing formation. I'm just going to keep on building them up like this. Can you see them here? Can you see them? Oh, you can't really, can you? Sorry, I don't know whether I've done this in the right way. But they are different shapes, different sizes, but they're all very complementary to each other. And you can just literally stack them up like so, a little bit like Tetris. Other stacking games are available. And you can build up by threading and weaving into each one of the stones and then creating this block-like design. I adore that kind of formation to gemstones like this, because for me it really offers such a different look, now you have here a combination. Let me put the gemstones. You have got, I'm just going to pop these down here. So you can see all of the different gem types, because not only have you got different sizes of gemstones, you've also got your different gem stones. So you can see here a combination. You have got your green amethyst. Oh, I've forgotten the smoky quartz there. Smoky quartz. There we go. So I've got them all set up now. There you go. So let's go through. Which one are we going to go to here? Rose quartz. You've then got sunstone. You've got your jasper, lapis lazuli, smoky quartz, green amethyst, and your black onyx, all together in one tube. It's all different sizes, but as you can see, all within the cube, within the tube. Cubes within the tubes, and you're going to get a lot. And I mean, I would hazard a guess at how many you're going to get, but I'd probably be wrong. But if I just started to layer them like so, and if I just took 5, 10, okay, if I put 10 there, there's your 10. Now take a look at how many more gems you're getting. You got a lot, haven't you? You have got a lot of opportunity. I'm not really sure what accent that was. Laura. And we are going to do a Christmas deal. I've got to apologise that we are struggling with our graphics still. So, but we are going to do a great deal on this fantastic tube. Absolutely magnificent opportunity. Wow, this is fabulous, isn't it? What a great deal this is. Right, I'm not sure we can play this one right now, so we will just we will just continue along our merry way. I will just have a quick sneaky peek at these two feature strands as well. I just need to show you these as well. Your carved clear quartz leaves, crisp clear quartz. If I hold those up, look at the craftsmanship that we have here. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Clear gemstones like this don't come along very often. I mean, let's face it, when do you find anything in Mother Nature that is that clear, that is that crisp? Not very often, is it? Not very often at all. You can really see that luxury finish, almost a finesse to the clarity. True crisp qualities, and you can really see there the perfection of that craftsmanship, the carved detailing of your individual leaves. I mean, even if you just use one or two to add detail to your designs, you're really going to add that luxury edge. Top grade gems plus the carving craftsmanship. And talking about the craftsmanship, look at these. How funky are they? Oh, Maggie's given us an ooh there. I got a proper ooh from Maggie. They're fab, aren't they?
I really like those.
Funky.
What size are they?
Good question. I would suggest they're probably 6 mil.
All right.
I'd say 6 mil rounds.
That's really clever.
Isn't it? And I don't know whether you can get a real close-up, but they're frosted, which have then been faceted so that you've got this spotty effect. But again, just look at how clear that gemstone is. You can see how crisp it is. Now I'm just thinking, Maggie, would you put like maybe a coloured beading thread through those so that then you could see the, you know, something running through that would be not white?
Because you've got a really nice dark blue one, haven't you, in beading thread?
We have.
Yeah, that
like
would look fabulous with that. Yeah.
Or what about red for Christmas?
Do you
red
do a red one
white
as well?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic, even better, yes.
Yeah, nice bright red. Lovely. That would really add that, almost like a snowball effect, wouldn't it?
And then you could have little red spacer beads in between as well, or whatever. You know,
Yes,
to echo the colour of the
please.
thread, yeah?
Yes, please. That would be perfect. So you have here these fantastic brand new strands coming your way. And on top of that, we're moving straight on. I keep on showing you all of the different deals that I've got for you. I've got opal, but not just any kind of opal. I've got both green and pink opal for you. Peruvian opal, of course, for those of you who know your locations for gemstones, one of the best places in the world to source your gemstones from. We have got here for you Peruvian opal. Very, very exciting gemstones for you collectors out there. Anybody who wants to really make their jewellery stand out. And again, I mean, I'll ask the question, Maggie, when you start to create your jewellery, when you first get started, I think many people make the assumption that jewellery makers work with synthetics, but actually in many ways something like opal, it almost takes your jewellery making to another stratosphere of desirability when you're working with such an incredible stone, such a world-renowned gemstone.
Well, absolutely. I'm trying to think what my very first gemstone was. Probably amethyst, I should imagine. And I felt as if I'd stepped up a gear when I used amethyst, you know, because it was a semi-precious gemstone.
Yes.
Rather than using acrylics or plastics or even just glass beads. And the colours you can get in them, and if you are selling them, and I'm sure many of your customers do have crystals and sell them, then this gives them this added edge over the competitors as well.
Definitely. And I think that's what you look for. Everybody, well, you know, if you think about the high street and how many fashion shops, they're all vying for the same customers, aren't they? Everybody's walking past, and so you've got to have something that's going to grab people and draw them in. You're making jewellery, you want to grab people by working with quality gemstones. That opal's coming up very, very soon as well. Now then, let's head to, now we can pick up where we left off with our Winter Wonderland Moonstone strand. It's your icicles. Come on, let's crack on with these prices. Let's give you some great deals. Next half an hour, you're not going to be able to breathe. You're not going to be able to breathe. If you want to join us, go, go, go. Wow, now that is capturing the Christmas sale idea right in between the eyes. Woo! £8.95 for Moonstone of all gemstones. Of course, June's birthstone as well, so really adding another layer of beauty and desirability. I mean, what about that? Oh, it doesn't need much more than that now, does it? Oh, that just look. Oh, I need to get that one. Hang on. You know which one I'm going for, don't you? I've got to just flick that one, because otherwise that's just frustrating. Yay! Oh! That is a ready-made piece of jewellery there for you. A fantastic look. £8.95. Just restrand. Of course, our gemstones like this come on temporary strands. They come on temporary strands, so really making your life easy. Restrand, add a clasp, job done. £8.95 to get that winter wonderland effect. Maybe add some of those spacer beads that you've got with the rose gold. What about that? Maybe just add in some of those lovely rose gold spacer beads. Yeah. I've got less than 10. Okay, less than 10 of your rose gold left in stock. We started with brand new stock, so we had a really, really good quantity, but now down to the last 10 in stock. So if you want to join us, what's the code for that one, please? TPA Z86. So if you want one of those rose gold findings packs, 108 findings, you've got them all. Oh, I've got a sneeze brewing. Just to warn you, I've got a sneeze brewing. Right then, let's do the carved leaves. Yeah, let's do the carved leaves. Right, your carved leaves. I said I had sneezes, not hiccups. You didn't have to scare me into getting rid of the sneeze. That's with hiccups. Then accidentally caught. He went to get his headphones and actually tapped the play button. Thanks for that, Ben.
Sorry.
Put like 10 years onto my life there. We have got your carved leaves of your clear quartz. We've already established the quality in this strand is second to none. You really have got a luxury finish, a real fineness to the attention to detail that we've placed into every one of these gems. These are hand carved gemstones. So if you want to just take on board the quality of time that has asked to be placed into this strand, that alone does not correlate to the price you're about to be charged for the whole strand. All of these ingredients are high-grade gemstone qualities placed within the attention of a master craftsman, carving attention to each one of these leaves for one price tag only. Again, we're dropping that price as low as we can go. Yours for the taking, less than a tenner. Less than £10 is all you pay. Congratulations, you got that one. An amazing treat. Again, just capturing a winter wonderland effect. You know, almost like the frosting finish on a Christmas tree. You really have got that luxury edge to the clear qualities of this gem. Of course, not all gems are this clear. Not all gems would be this crisp. But we've chosen the right gemstones to carve in the right way to get the very best results. And one of the biggest things that we have to remember is that, you know, we're only one part of Mother Nature, and in fact the cutting of a gemstone is the only part we can truly maximise on. Everything else is Mother Nature. The clarity, the carat weight, the colour of the gemstone, that's got nothing to do with us. Everything that you're seeing here is predominantly to do with Mother Nature. All we've done is optimised on how perfect her creation is on the crystal formation of this gem by carving it by top lapidary work, carved craftsmanship that optimises on Mother Nature at her best for £9.95. I do beg your pardon, I'm sniffing. I know that's not attractive. I do apologise. £9.95 is all you pay. Right, onwards and upwards. We keep on moving on, ploughing through these deals now. And we're moving straight on to your frosted carved rounds. The one that made Maggie go, oh, I think Maggie might be picking up a mobile phone right now. No phones in the studio, Maggie.
Oh, drat.
Exactly. If you want to join us, now is the time to do so. I even used my mummy's voice there, did you hear? I said, can you imagine? Now, you don't do that now, do you, Maggie?
Of course not.
Are you
Mum.
Maggie or you're Margaret?
Oh, I'm Margaret to some people and Maggie to others, and Mags to others.
So on a Sunday, and when you're in trouble, did you used to get the Margaret?
Absolutely.
Right, Margaret, no touching the telephone while you're on air. We've got these clear quartz faceted frosted rounds. These are 8mm now. I'm going to hold these out so you can really get the attention to detail again. Just got to highlight how good the quality of the gemstone is to us to then maximise on this fantastic detailing of these frosted finish. This polka dot effect is just, it's funky but it's Christmassy, and it's just going to work so nicely for your jewellery coming up into the back end of this month. Yours for the taking. Well, I tell you what, you don't get much better than that now, do you? £7.95. I just want to say to you, how long do you think it's taken us to actually create a strand like this? And then we can then reflect that in what? Dropping the price to less than a tenner, let alone less than £8. Truly magnificent. It's an offer that you're not going to see very often, because actually, in principle, most places these days, when they're charging you, they charge you for the ingredients, but then they charge you for their time as well. And you know, time is money. That's one of the biggest statements in business. Time is money. And of course, we here as part of our business, we understand that. You know, everything that we do is all related to making money, and that's not us being funny about it, but it's just being it's a fact. You know, there's wages to pay, and so everything has to be based on that principle. But time is money, and we've got to be the most effective as we can to give you the best deal. So in many ways, most places elsewhere would charge you so much more because of the time that it takes to carve and craft a gem strand like this. But for us, our time and money is very much based on, if we get a great deal, we'll pass that deal on to you, and that's what you've got the chance to get now, a real deal and a half. If you want to join us, now's the time to do so. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. You can join us on the web at www.jewellerymaker.com. If you want to join me, now is the time to do so. Go, go, go. It's now on ever at £7.95. Go, go, go. And congratulations, 160 carat of your clear quartz, a very, very popular strand. And as I say, we could have charged you a lot more money just based on the time that it's taken us to actually carve and craft and give the detail. Yours for £7.95. Moving straight on. Now then, we have got your next up, and of course, we've seen these and we've seen the fantastic arrangement that you got here. Sadly, just being put back into the tube and tipping them back out again. Sorry, Pete. Sorry. Now, Pete, what have you done there? What have you done there? Now, look at this. This has never happened to me in my life. Ooh. Peter, you're actually magic, Pete. Is it magic, Pete? Magic, Pete. Look, you're an MP. Magic, Pete. What's your expenses like? We have got for you. Oh, did you like that? Oh, a bit of satire from me. And I'm the last person to be satirical. I've never been satirical in my life. In fact, my husband is actually watching right now. He'll go, "Where's my wife? Where's my wife?" I've known her for nearly 20 years. She's never been satirical in her life. Who's taken my wife and put her into this body? We have got for you this fantastic treat. Fantastic deal where you have got a combination of different shapes and different, no, pardon me, not different shapes, different sizes of your gemstones in the cubes. Now you've got a combination of lots of different gemstones here. You've got your sunstone, your onyx, your braziolite, which is your green amethyst. You've got your rose quartz, you've got lapis lazuli, and smoky quartz all together. Oh, jasper. Did I mention you got jasper? This is all the different gemstones within these cubes. And of course, we've talked about peyote stitching, creating grid formations with your gems. This is the gems you need if you want to create that block grid. I've got a lot of interest on the lines for this one. This is your deluxe gem selection. Yours for the taking. Now should be £17.95. And again, that's based on the time that it takes for us to cut this gemstone into place. These are not easy gemstones to cut. And you know, when we start to talk about the natural formation of the gemstones, oh, we've just dropped to 17, from 17 to 13, is that right? £17.95 is the price you should be paying. Of course, it says behind me Christmas sale, and therefore we shall do a Christmas sale kind of a price tag. £13.95 is all you pay. And straight on we go. Where should we go to next? Ooh, is that the lemon? Oh, lemon, melon obsidian, I believe this is. Absolutely magnificent. This is impact within these heart shapes. Am I right in saying that? That is. It is. I'm sure it is, you know. Just look at these. I've never seen the heart shape like this before. Now then, let's see if you're paying attention, Ben. This is a heart shape. What is this part of the heart called?
Would it be the cleft?
It is the cleft. Ah. Oh, you did well. You did your mummy proud. Yeah. You've got your heart shape here. So proud of him. I mean, every time we work together, Ben, I'm going to do one part and I'm going to give a piece of information, and then some part later on we're going to check whether you've paid attention.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just keep you, keep you on your toes.
Keeps me in the room.
Keeps you in the room. Keeps you interactive. Making you think there, Ben.
I like
Making you think. We have got here your heart-shaped faceted hearts is what I was about to say. It's nice, isn't it? I'm going to profile these because actually one of the interesting things is that these are probably some of the thickest hearts that I've ever put to wear. Normally we have a little bit more of a tapered finish to them. They almost truncate off, but not here. Can you see how these are most definitely the thickest hearts, a really good substantial heart shape that you've got. They're glorious. And of course most people would look at these, and if they didn't know what gemstone it was, if we didn't have the graphics there, a lot of people would make the assumption these were smoky quartz. How do you tell the difference between the lamellin, obsidian and smoky quartz? Normally there's more of a texture inside obsidian, and if I hold these out, rather than me putting my hand behind them, can we get close and see the detailing inside? There's a little bit more of a banding inside this gem. Can you see it there? What I like about it is that then reminds us that these are genuine gemstones. You know, they're not glass or they're not replica synthetics. It reminds us that these are actually the real deal, created in volcanic activity by Mother Nature. That's what you've got here. Yours for the taking. Lovely, large, really sturdy, nice, thick, girthy qualities of your heart. Now then, it says there Christmas sale, and there's no point saying it, no point advertising it unless we do it. The price is just £11.95. It's the price you should be paying, but it's not the price you're paying. Your Christmas sale offer. It's not 11. And I was about to say, and if we're lucky, we'll go to less than a tenner. But I tell you what, boundaries are being pushed right now. We've suffered from some graphical errors within the show, and so we're trying to make up for lost time really right now. Dropping the price tag to £7.95. Wow, that's a vast saving. What an opportunity! And I mean, for those of you who've not met us before, here at Jewellery Maker, we are part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, which is a family-run business. And I mean, family from the very, very top down. Downwards. We've got Steve and Sarah, husband and wife team. We've got then Paula, who is the boss of Jewellery Maker. She's the sister-in-law to Steve and Sarah. We are talking a genuine family business. And one of the principles over the past 9 or 10 years that I've worked for this family business is very, very simple. Right? If you can push the boundaries, then do it. But don't say you're going to do it unless you do it. Don't advertise Christmas unless it is a Christmas. Don't advertise a sale unless you're going to do it. Right? Just don't say it unless it'll happen. It's there, yours for £7.95. Congratulations. Okay then. Now then, low stock offer on this one. Low stock offer. And because this is low stock and it is proven to be a very, very popular strand, you're going to have to join us on this one. Absolutely magnificent. You can see here your Moonstone qualities. Exquisite individuality. Looking not just at Moonstone, and then you can see here those amazing shades, almost heading towards Sunstone, isn't it? Now you've got there each individual strand, not graduated, not vastly graduated, but definitely graduated from smaller to larger, and also in size terms. You've got there, in colour terms as well, you've got your creams and whites, then you've got your oranges, and then we're going to the jets and the greys. All of this in one strand, a Moonstone graduated faceted medium nuggets. We've got a restricted availability on this one. First come, first served. It's a go, go, go. Lots of potential here. £9.95 is not the price you're going to pay. Yes, this is the Christmas sale. How low can we go? So much potential here, isn't there, Maggie? So much individuality from each one of those stones.
Yeah, even just using them individually, rather than not stringing them together, but using them for pendants or as charms, maybe in a sort of charm bracelet thing, that type of thing.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous. I love the way they're all differently cut as well. You know,
unique, aren't they? Each one of them is going to give you something different. £9.95. £9.95, is that right? It's not, it's £9.95 still on the screen, but I'm sure that we've dropped that price tag. We're dropping it down, £9.95, dropping it down to £7.95. Okay then, from £9.95 we're dropping to £7.95. Do beg your pardon, but it looks like the system does not want to drop that price tag. Computer says no, no, no. But we say yes, yes, yes. £7.95 is the price that you're going to pay on this strand. It will be available for you at £7.95. I do need to apologise. We do have a problem with it. The computer says no. And if you are speaking to the call centre, the price tag is £7.95. Apologies for that problem there. £7.95 is all you pay. Now then, moving straight on. We're moving on. Now then, let's go to your druzy. Ooh, they're amazing. Now, I can tell you now, right, I have the very last of stock, to the point where I'm not talking even 20s. I've not even got 20 left. So if you want this strand, please appreciate that you're going to have to be so quick to confirm on this. Now, if you've been watching the Wall of Fame over the past couple of weeks, thought I had sneezing then. It was on the cusp of sneezing. If you have been watching the Wall of Fame over the past couple of weeks, to those people who purchased these at the very beginning, I launched these probably about 2.5-3 weeks ago. The Wall of Fame has been bejeweled, sparkling away with these gemstones with some exceptional designs. Lots of people saying, when do I get the chance to get them? Well, you've got the chance now, but I've got to tell you, last of stock. I don't even have 20, not even 20 to offer. I've already got allocation taking place, so if you're going to get these purple coated druzy agate faceted large nuggets, you're going to have to be very quick. 5 of them in total, whether it's going to be a feature for the neckline, for the wristwear, or for an amazing hot rock piece for the hand. You've got an option there to really optimize and maximize on the wow factor each one of these individually landscaped, naturally forming druzy. Yours for the taking, one price tag only. Last of stock, £14.95. 14 for the last of stock. Whoever's going to get it, congratulate. What's happening now? No, we don't need to do this. I know we don't need to do this. We definitely don't need to do that. I know we don't need to do that. These have been so popular. It's last of stock, I appreciate. Pip's just gone, well, we're doing it for last availability of quantity. It is a limited offer. Well, this is why, if you like these kind of prices, got to keep watching for your Miss Out show from 5 o'clock, because these are the kind of deals that, oh my goodness me, even they probably will struggle to take it this low for £9.95, but I'm sure they'd, wow. Yeah, Liam and Ed have said, when all of a sudden are we doing that? Liam being producer, Liam, and Ed being presenter, Ed, have just gone, hang on a minute, when all of a sudden have you decided you're the late show? That's the kind of deal that one is. That is absolutely amazing. £9.95, last of stock for you there. Now don't go playing around with this one. Are you joking? Oh, wow. I've just been told what we're about to do. One of the most requested, desired, finest gemstones in the world right now. For the femininity and sophistication of jewellery, there is not a finer gemstone to work with. This is the gemstone that sits in the amazing historical revere of Tiffany's the Jewellers. First sourced and found by the chief gemologist of Tiffany's, it sat as an exclusive gemstone to their shop windows. If you want to go through to present day on this gem colour, well, the facts is that some of the biggest celebrities in the world on the red carpet this year have worn Morganite colours to the very greatest effect. In fact, the Oscars, the Emmys, any of the big red carpet events, any of the big launches and the premieres, you name it, some of the big names. The likes of your Katy Perry's, we've got Kate Blanchett was wearing a magnificent floral design in a Morganite colouring. On top of that, you also have Demi Moore, Cameron Diaz, Carrie Underwood. So quite simply, this is one of the biggest colours for sophisticated feminine jewellery jewellery. It ticks the boxes in so many ways. The colour's right, but the desirability of the gemstone, the historical revere of you making jewellery that is absolutely in the gem world known as the Tiffany gemstone, you're really adding that level of desire, that level of integrity to your jewellery. This is big because we are about to give you a price tag you would never expect for this gemstone. Morganite should never go as low as we're about to go. This is the way we do it here on Jewellery Maker. We are offering you a chance, I would suggest, of a lifetime. Truthfully, in terms of jewellery, I don't think we're going to be able to repeat deals like this one very often. How about owning Morganite for $29.95. Now that is the price that I will congratulate you on making your purchase on Morganite. I would genuinely say to you, you've got yourself a deal at $29, but it's not the price you're going to pay today, and this is when we really come into our own at Jewellery Maker. Now that really does take a girl's breath away. For such desirability, for such sophisticated femininity, £17.95 for 29. Well, that's over a third of the price off. That's over 33% off the price you should be paying on this. Absolutely magnificent. £17.95. And of course, you have to remind yourselves that these are not deals that we can expect to repeat. This price tag has never been and should never be seen again for Morganite of this grade. And I reiterate the fact that these are not just bead quality gemstones. These are really heading towards what you'd classify as gem quality. And that's where the integrity of Jewellery Maker really comes into its own. We know our gemstones. In fact, if you want to talk about Morganite, we own, and we have in our museum, in the very centre of our museum, we own the largest faceted Morganite in the world. So we are literally the purveyors of the highest graded and finest faceted gemstone in carat weight in the world. So we know this gemstone inside and out. With that in mind, when we put it to wear, we've got to make sure that we give you the chance to own it, because this is the gemstone that we have a reputation based upon. With that in mind, again, we dropped that price from $29, which is a spectacularly low price anyway, to a never been seen before price tag of $17.95. If you want to get it now. You've got a money back guarantee through to the 31st of January. So plenty of time to get this gemstone home and see for yourself the luxuries of colouring, the luxuries and finesse that you're going to add to your jewellery just by adding one of these. Maggie, what are you thinking? Maybe one pendant, one earring set?
I'm thinking a ring.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that'd be lovely as a ring.
Oh my goodness me, a trilliot cut ring. A Morganite ring. Like that.
That's it. Yep.
Oh, Maggie.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I'm coming.
So beautiful.
I'm coming your way. I'm coming your way. Look, let me jump up here. Okay. And let me just do that there. I want to show you like that. Maggie's just said, what about a solitaire ring? And with the rose gold and the copper finish wire. Yeah. Oh, my life. And the copper wire with that gemstone.
And that would pick up on gemstones like this as well. They get a slight peachy look to them also.
I mean, how much would you expect to pay if you went to a jeweller's shop? And of course, reminding you that this is known in the gem world as the Tiffany gemstone, which always adds an extra costing, an extra expense that we have to base upon. What would you pay for just one of these gemstones? £17.95. It's not for one, but keep on going. Look at how many you're getting. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of these featured gemstones. So just over £2.20, something like that, £2.20, £2.30 for each one of those gemstones. Absolutely exceptional qualities. It's your Morganite graduated faceted irregular triangles. I gotta say, that's a mouthful, isn't it? And you've got the chance to get that incredible deal. It's a never been seen before price tag, £17.95. You've never seen before, and there's every chance you'll never see again. When you're buying in the live shows, it is literally you're buying at this moment. I cannot guarantee that price tag any other time than now. If you went on our website, you're probably going to be paying the $29.95 for it. So now is the time to make your purchase. Now is the chance to get that exceptional gemstone, breathtaking opportunity. I have to say, That's the kind of gemstone that really makes the difference to a jewellery collection, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, they're gorgeous.
Maggie, it's been lovely to have your company today. So nice to work with you today.
Oh,
thank you for all
I've
of your
really
inspiration.
enjoyed it. It's been
Really
fabulous.
enjoyed it too.
Thank you.
We're going to be with you straight up after this break. Of course, we are live on Freeview as well, and lots of treats to come your way with Miss It, Miss Out with Ed straight after this. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you in the morning. Bye.
Bye.
This year, Jewellery Maker will be live 9 AM to 1 PM on Christmas Day. Oh, come on, guys. You can't get out of working Christmas Day.